Okay, we going back to Cali. Dolphins fans gon' rally. Football season back. Everybody smiling. Parking lots packed. Everybody wildin'. DWA clothes on. Everybody styling. 2-3 seasons. Back for a reason. Rematch, we gon' beat them. React like some heathens. Tryna get a W and make them stack to the ceiling. And end up in Las Vegas. End up in Las Vegas. The whole team back. We got certified players. Commentators still doubting they some certified haters. If Herbert throw the ball, he better try to dodge Xavier. And ain't got too much time, cause E and Jalen ain't gonna wait for him. Sealer wanna see ya. Wilkins wanna drill him, pause. Raekwon bringing napalm, giving hot flash, menopause. Solo with the cold flow, like Calvin Broadus, I've been a dog. Waddle and Tyreek serving back to back like a tennis ball. Hit the end zone once, and bring it back like a rent-a-car. Hit the end zone twice, they on Sports Center turning into stars. No offense, but we show offense with one center and some guards. Got 2 tackles, they down to slap you if you try to touch 2 or 10. Matt D wrote the eulogy. Running backs, we got 2 or 3. Raheem and Ahmed, 2 rookies that's hot heads. When Jeff back, he gon' jet back to the end zone like he left something. One game running through Cali, Jerome Baker and Duke rally. Week 1 just beat Gun, trying to celebrate like a Duke rally when they just beat Clemson. But college I won't mention. From the west side of the map now, turning SoFi into Sacktown. Armstead gon' sit Khalil Mack down. Get the dub. California, we back to California. California, we back to California. California, we going to California. Get love in California. Get a dub in California. California, we back to California. California, we back to California. California, we going to California. Get love in California. Get a dub in California. So low, so low, so low, D. From the other coast.
This is a Miami Sports Music Podcast Network production. This is the #1 Miami fan morning show. Clock Blockers, let's go.
I know the whole city right. A little early, it's a bit surprising. Business moves, now we enterprising. Switch it up, now we improvising. Go to get in the winter column. Whole squad been trained to go. Fins for life, we throw the foe. Singing this just to welcome bro. To a time, to a time. Time to grind, time to shine. To a time, to a time. To a time, to a time.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Clock Blockers, the #1 Miami fan morning show. What's up, baby? Right here on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. Good morning to my Finlaws, my family. Y'all ain't ready for today. It's Victory Monday. Boy, don't you love a good Victory Monday? I know I do. He is him. And he is Tua. Oh, boy, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I love a good Victory Monday. One more time. Turn it up, baby. Let's go. Yeah. Two a time, two a time. Time to grind, time to shine. Two a grind, two time. Two a time, two a time. What, boy? I am I don't know about you, but I am pumped right now, boy. I'm pumped, baby. Hit the like button. Only 29 likes, 70 of y'all in the building. Hit the damn like button. Hit it. What are y'all waiting for? Boy, I tell you, I am ready for a Victory Monday. If I've ever been a part of a Victory Monday, I am ready for this. You want to know something? Real talk right now. The Dolphins are 1-0. 1-0. Let me say it again for the people in the back. 1-0. Let me say it again for the Patriot fans that lost yesterday. 1-0. Let me say it again for the sorry-ass Jet fans and the sorry-ass Bills fans. The Dolphins are 1-0. Boy, don't get me started. Don't get me started. Tyreek Hill. 215 yards, Tyreek Hill. Mr. 2,000 plus yards this year, Tyreek Hill. Cheetah. Boy, they ain't ready. Boy, this feels different. It's in your skin. I don't know if you need that bag of hopium, because I got it, baby. I'm here slanging that bag of hopium. What you want? Super Bowl? I'll see you in Las Vegas, but I don't care that it's 1-0. I don't care. Boy, we are 1-0. 1-0. Better not come up here talking about nothing but positivity today. Not a thing. Victory Monday. I got to pay the bills real quick. Hey, I am Stephen D. You can follow me on all social media at Stephen D. SKPL. Spread kindness, positivity, and love. Boy, I was, Miami Cuban sandwiches and football. That's what Miami does. Cuban sandwiches and football. That's what Miami does. Cuz they ain't ready for it. Follow Miami Sports Music everywhere except on X, formerly Twitter, at MIA Sports Music. Boy, I'm excited. I'm excited, boy. I need a breather. Y'all got me going crazy this morning. Hey, do me a favor. Hit the like button. Hit that like button. I ain't playing with you. Look at me. Look, you. That's watching me on your toilet right now. I don't know why you're watching me on your toilet. It's a little weird, okay? Just make sure you wash your hands and hit the like button, okay? Hit the like button. It's free. It don't cost nothing. Just take your finger, take your phone, and go like this. Just hit the like button. It's free. Hey, I do want to tell y'all, you can also sign up to become a member of the channel, just like my man, Carla Gomez. Good morning, Carla. Welcome to the family. It's my Vin Diesel voice. Family. Look here. This is Fast and Furious. Family. Look. Paul Walker. Family. Vin Diesel. Family. The Miami Dolphins. Family. I'm a little hyped this morning. I don't know if y'all can see it or feel it, but the boy is undefeated. Want to know? We want to know. Sorry, I should keep it down a little bit. My wife is in the back working, talking about calm down. I can't calm down. Where's Greg when I need him? Greg, scream for me wherever you're at, Greg. We're 1-0. a little happy. I'm a little excited. I'm a little stoked. Little stoked. Call me little stoked. Greg said, "This is our year, baby." This is our year, Greg. I might have to agree with that there. Hey, do me a favor. Help the channel grow by donating. You guys can use the YouTube live super chat, which is the $ below the bottom of the chat. Okay? Make sure y'all do that. And if you don't want to do that, you can use Cash App or PayPal, which is $MSM Podcast Network, or use the QR code that's right on the screen, or MSM Podcast Network, or use the QR code that's right on your screen. Okay? Test it out. You guys can see it works, just use it. Donate, help the channel grow. Okay. Want to give a big shout out to our sponsors of the show, ZSM Sports. ZSM Sports, the #1 place to get your cards, jerseys, balls, and hard to find items. Make sure you follow ZSM Sports today. ZSM Sports. Make sure you follow them on Instagram at SportsZSM. Tell them Miami Sports Music and Stephen D sent you, and you're gonna be all right. You're gonna be all right. All right. Also, man, Lime, less is more events. We love Lime tickets. Shout out to Lime. Give them a call, 202-930-3533. For you to get tickets for less than the competition, allowing you to have more fun. Give them a call today to get a personalized experience. Tell them I sent you, Stephen D, Miami Sports Music. And, they're also going to take care of you with absolutely zero service fees. So make sure you check them out. You want to go to a game this year? Check out Lime. All right. And last but certainly not least, I'm going to let you guys know, Tailgreeter. Shout out to Tailgreeter. Download the free app today on your current Crapple or Apple or Android devices, whatever it is you got. Just make sure you do it. Okay? Download the app. Big reminder for my people that are going to Dolphins away games this year. Miami Sports Music and Tailgreeter are teaming up for the Tailgreeter Tailgate Tour. That's right. Say that 5 times fast. The Tailgreeter Tailgate Tour. Tailgreeter Tailgate Tour. Tailgreeter Tailgate Tour. Little tongue twister. Tailgreeter Tailgate Tour. We're going to be in Philadelphia on October 22nd, my anniversary. We're going to do a Saturday night meet and greet, game tickets, all-inclusive tailgate. Go to Tailgreeter, type in Philly Finvasion. FedEx Takeover, we're going to do the same thing in FedEx. Make sure you guys check it out, Saturday night meet and greet. We're going to game tickets, all-inclusive tailgate, search FedEx Takeover, and the Baltimore Beatdown in Baltimore. Ticket prices will raise today. They are going up after the show today. I am moving them up. I got a lot of stuff to do, but I'm moving them up. They're going up. Ticket prices are going up. Why are ticket prices going up? Because my prices are going up, and they're going up significantly. After the game yesterday, I got phone calls talking about, your Dolphin tickets are going to increase. So, yeah. We were going to originally do it, and then we decided not to for a while because we were only supposed to do the prices that they're currently at for like 30 days. It's been like 60 or 90, and we were just going to leave them there. And then we got the phone calls yesterday, and I was like, well, yeah, I'm starting to lose money on this thing. So I need to make this thing work. So ticket prices will increase. If you want to get your tickets, get them now, okay, in the next couple hours because they're going up, okay? Just remind y'all. All right, we got a big show lined up for you today. Clock Blockers, the #1 Miami fan morning show. We're going to recap. We're going to have the fan reaction. It's Victory Monday. Dolphins 36, Los Angeles Chargers, whatever they're called, 34. Okay. Just make sure you do it. It's a big deal. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about, a lot to get into. All right, let me why you guys are here. And again, this is a show made for the fans, by the fans. I'm going to let y'all get y'all's say in on Victory Monday here. Let me just give you my 2 points worth. #1, offensively, I was in Baltimore last year for the Baltimore game, for the Baltimore beatdown. And, man, let me tell you, I think yesterday's game offensively, even even with the game last year in Baltimore, was probably the best game I've ever seen from start to finish. Don't get me wrong, there was some stuff in there that needs to be cleaned up on the offense, but I mean, it was easily offensively the best game I've ever seen the Miami Dolphins play. And it's not even close. I really don't. I don't think it's close. The game last year in Baltimore, it was the fourth quarter that was amazing. This year was, this game yesterday was start to even the bad, look, y'all know how I feel about Connor Williams and the snaps, and I'm going to get to that here in a minute. But understand when I tell you, from start to finish yesterday, the offense scored on an 8-minute drive and scored on a 9-second drive. Let me say that again for the people that didn't hear me. The Dolphins scored on an 8-minute drive and on a 9-second drive. Okay? Trust me when I tell you the Dolphins can do whatever the hell they want when they want on offense. And it's not even funny. If the Dolphins need 20 yards for a first down, they got more than a handful of plays that they can dial up and more than a handful of personnel that they can dial up and go crazy. More. Okay? They are literally the most, that team, I don't know any defense in the NFL, any defense in the NFL that can hold this offense. They even referred to it yesterday on the game, if you watch the game, which all of you did, the greatest show on turf. This is better. I'm going to say it now. This offense is better than the greatest show on turf. And it's not even close. Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, by the way, who called, hey, I know I say a lot of stuff on my show. Who called River Craycraft? Who said River Craycraft's going to be a problem in red zone situations? This guy. Who said River Craycraft's going to be a problem on third, fourth down conversions? This guy. This guy. This guy. This guy. Okay. Yeah. Man. Look, Easy E. Ezukama. Shut me up. Totally different player than he was last year. Shut me up. Yes, you did, Ezukama. Here's your pass. Here's your season ticket. Feel free to enjoy what is going to be the Miami Dolphins roller coaster of a season. Feel free. But I don't know how many downs it's going to have. It's going to have a lot of ups, a little loop-de-loops, and a little. It's going to be fast. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be fun. You got to make sure you're about this high to enjoy the ride. And let me tell you, everybody's getting on because we're all tall enough to get on this ride. I'm going to talk about the positives first. Tua looked poised. He looked amazing. Tua looked that good. He looked that focused. Tua, like your boy's been saying now for a couple of months, MVP. MVP? Maybe? MVP? He played like one yesterday. 466 yards. 466 yards. 215 of them going to another MVP candidate. Tyreek Cheetah Hill. Come on, man. Tyreek Cheetah Hill, 215 yards on 11 receptions for 2 tutties. What I tell you this year, ladies and gentlemen, when y'all listen to Clock Blockers in the preseason? Oh, hey, Steven. Got stuff all around here. Oh, hey, Steven. What about touchdowns? What about tutties? Don't worry. Your boy Tyreek's getting them this year, cuz. He's getting them this year. Jalen Waddle, 4 receptions, 78 yards. 78. Durham Smythe out here with 3 touches for 44 yards. Braxton Berrios, 3 touches for 42 yards. River Craycraft, 3 touches for 40 yards and a tutty. Alec Ingold, 2 touches for 34. Mind you, what did I say? I said, and I still think I'm going to end up being correct on this. River Craycraft is going to be the 3rd person for touchdowns this year. I still think I'm going to be correct on that. And I said, what I say? I said Alec Ingold is going to be number 4 in receiving yards, I think is what I said, right? Now, yesterday he was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5? Yeah. With 2 catches for 34. I promise you all my numbers are going to hold up. River Craycraft's going to be 3rd in touchdown catches, and Alec Ingold's going to be number 4 in receiving yards. He was number 5 yesterday. He was only off by 6 yards. Just saying. Just saying, your boy is. I've hit some stuff on the money, and it's not even funny. Tyreek Hill, he gonna get that 2K this year. He keeps on playing like that. And let's get something straight. What I don't want to hear is, oh man, this defense they played yesterday. No, sir. We not doing that. They had Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack. Let me say it again. This defense that they played yesterday had Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack. So you know what I want to do? I want to give a huge mother-loving shout-out to the offensive line. Everybody should be clapping. Isaiah Wynn played masterfully. I don't even know if I said that word right, but I'm going to say it again. Masterfully. Don't care. He did. They gave up 0 sacks, cuz. Offensive line looked good without Teron Armstead. Looked good. Let me say it again. That offensive line, Kendall Lamb. Hell yeah. Let me get a hell yeah. I got to hit my Stone Cold Steve Austin. Hell yeah. I had a beer. Then another beer. Then another beer. Then another beer. I'm telling you right now, they looked good. The offensive line did their thing, man. They did. All right. I've said a lot about a lot of great stuff on offense. I want to start with the positive things before I go to anything negative. We can say a lot about the defense, and we're going to. Don't get it twisted. I'm going to call them out. But when they needed to show up yesterday, they freaking showed up. 2 sacks on the last drive to end the game. When the defense needed to show up, they showed out. When they needed to show up, they showed out. I'm going to say it one more time. When they needed to show up, they showed out. They looked good yesterday in that last drive in the 4th quarter. They look good. They were in that last drive what I expected them to be the entire game. but they were who we needed them to be when it counted the most. That's all I care about, is getting the dub and you showing up when you're supposed to show up. And guess what? They did. They did. It shouldn't even got to that point, but I'm going to get to that in a minute because, again, I'm all about the positive right now. You want to know another positive yesterday, ladies and gentlemen? Somebody that I've been very critical of in the preseason. I got to say his name because he was good yesterday. I got to. You want to know why? Because he only had one punt. Jake Bailey. Jake Bailey's one punt was a good punt. Jake Bailey's one punt was a good punt. I got to give Jake Bailey his props. I do. I got to give him his props. Got to give him his props. Okay. Now, again, I'm going positives here first. Jason Sanders. I'll get to him in a minute about being critical, but the man was 3 for 3 on field goals. He was 3 for 3 on field goals yesterday. Got to give him his props. Got to give him his props. I'm just saying. All right, I see everybody in the chat giving me crap about it, so it has nothing to do with the Dolphins, but since I'm being positive right now, and it's all about me being positive, Noah Igbenogany. I hate doing it. But here's the real thing for those of you giving me crap about Noah, my favorite player, a.k.a. Psych, not. Noah on Sunday Night Football is like Kirk Cousins, the opposite of Kirk Cousins in primetime. Kirk Cousins in primetime is horrible. Although you wouldn't have known the difference yesterday either. He didn't play that great yesterday. But he's horrible in primetime. Noah in primetime is amazing. He catches interceptions, game-winning interceptions. He scores touchdowns on primetime. As a matter of fact, it's not even primetime. It's Sunday Night Football. You put Noah on Sunday Night Football, he excels, okay? Considering he's played 2 Sunday Night Football games his entire career. Let me say it again. 2. He's dressed for 2 Sunday Night Football games his entire career. But those 2 games were a game changer for him. A game-winning interception against Pittsburgh and a touchdown last night and a 40-0 blowout. So, you know what? I'll give Noah his props. Okay, that's enough about that. Anyways, now let me be critical. I got to be a little critical here. And then I'm going to bring y'all up here. And then I'm going to drop the link for the channel. And y'all can come on and tell me how y'all feel about Victory Monday. Hit the like button. Donate to the channel. Share the link. Jason Sanders tried to give that game away. The man hit 3 field goals. And I tried to defend him because I like Brandon Cornblue. I like his kicker coach. I like his kicking coach. He's a good guy. That's my boy, actually. You're my boy, Blue. But Jason Sanders don't make it easy on a Dolphins fan at all. At all. He tried to give that game away at the end. Let me tell you, when he missed that extra point at the end of the game, and we're up by only 2, my heart sank in my stomach. Facts. I'm not going to lie to y'all. It did not feel good at all. I was nervous as hell. I said, man, our defense that's been giving up points, are y'all crazy? What are you doing, bro? I'm not ready to leave him in L.A. Bring him on the plane. Let him come on. He didn't miss a field goal. Jason Sanders, in my opinion, he's still a good kicker. Okay. Is he perfect? No. But I'm not ready to leave him in L.A. I'm not ready to give up on my boy yet. So I'm just going to throw that out there. Okay, just going to throw that out there. My biggest problem yesterday with the Miami Dolphin was nobody on the field. It was a coach in the office up top. And my biggest critical comment of the entire day yesterday goes to Vic Fangio. Vic Fangio has a scheme that he has developed and tried to institute. And what my biggest problem with him is I think on a total of 5 or 6 plays yesterday, I could be off on that, but I don't think I am. I think we brought pressure on about 5 to 7 plays yesterday, 5 to 7 plays. And on those 5 to 7 plays, which we know 2 of them came on the very last drive, they were successful anytime they brought more than 4 people. When they brought more than 4 people, 5, 6, whatever, they were successful when they brought more pressure. I'm not even talking about a full-out blitz. I'm talking about when they brought more than 4 people, they were successful. They only did it 7 times yesterday. But that's part of my problem with Fangio. Fangio did not make any adjustments at halftime. And part of being a good coach is making major adjustments at halftime. He didn't change not a thing. Let me say it again. They ain't changed nothing at halftime on defense. And it was frustrating as all hell. And I do mean that in every sense of the word. I just want the Vic Fangio to bring more pressure, which I know he doesn't do, and I know that's what people are talking about. I get it. I understand it. But when they do bring pressure, they do better. Xavier Howard, I love him. And in my opinion, he should be a Dolphin for life. I really mean that, guys. And every friend, you guys got to understand Xavier Howard is one of those guys that should be a Dolphin for life. I know you don't see it all the time anymore, but he's got a place on no other roster except ours. With that being said, I am ready for Cam Smith and Cater Kahoo time to take over. Okay? Because X got beat on multiple occasions. And we saw it last year with Xavier Howard, where we know that at the end of the day, he's getting older. And he can't be relied upon in those situations on an every down play. I think if I rely on Xavier Howard for 40% of the snaps, I'm going to be very successful. If I rely upon Xavier Howard to be successful on more than 41% of the snaps, and I'm not kidding, I'm talking about 50, 60, 70%, we're open. We have left ourselves open. And I love the guy. And I want him to be here for the rest of his career. And I think he can play a great role playing about 40% of the snaps, because I'm going to be honest with you, a healthy Cam Smith, a healthy Cater Kahoo, and eventually a healthy Jalen Ramsey is all we really need to be successful in that secondary on the sides. Mind you, I think Javon Holland is a monster still. I just think that Xavier Howard cannot, if we're relying on X to be the every down starter at corner, I love the guy and I want him to be a Dolphin for life, but I did not like what I saw yesterday. The other problem I had yesterday is, and again, to me, I still think this has to do with the scheme that was played under Fangio's play calling, was I want to see Jalen Phillips and Emmanuel Ogbah and Bradley Chubb rushing the quarterback more, getting to the quarterback more. Zach Seiler and Christian Wilkins and Taylor. I was, dude, at halftime, Austin Eckler had over 100 yards rushing at halftime. We were 4th against the rush last year. You wouldn't have known it by watching that game yesterday. You wouldn't have known it by watching that game yesterday. They gave up 200 plus yards rushing. I think part of the problem is this. Number one, we're not blitzing enough, or we're not bringing enough more than 4-man pressure. Those are facts. And Fangio's he has to realize the personnel that's here is designed for pressure situations, because when we bring pressure, we succeed. We do. Our defense is a hell of a lot better than the 34 points that we gave up yesterday to Justin Herbert. I'm telling you right now, they are. We know that our defense is better at the rush than what they gave up yesterday against Austin Eckler and the other guy. I can't even think of the other guy's name off the top of my head. What was his name? Kelly. Joshua Kelly. Joshua Kelly had 16 carries for 91 yards and a tutty. Austin Eckler had 16 carries for 117 yards and a tutty. You essentially gave up over 200 yards. You can't do that. We have to give our O-line credit, though. They played a great game. Although I've already done. I said all the positives here. Right now, I'm just doing the critical stuff. But I took a long time, and I gave the O-line their props, Aldo. Shout out to you for the $5 donation. 100%. Mark Newman with the $1 super sticker. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you. I'm going to save one person for last for my critical stuff, and y'all know who I'm going to talk about. So I'll save him for last, and then I'm going to open up the lines. Yeah, I think another problem on the defensive side is the personnel packaging of the linebackers. I'm happy. You know how there's the show on Netflix about, getting decluttering, and they say thank you for your service. You're supposed to say that to, whatever, when you're trying to get rid of stuff and you have a difficult time being, emotionally attached to letting something go. They're like, thank you for your service, and you're supposed to get rid of it, donate it, throw it in the trash, whatever. Okay. Some of you know what I'm talking about because your wives watch the show. Some of you watch the show, so don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about. But the Dolphins need to do the same thing with Jerome Baker. I'm going to say it again. Thank you for your service. I appreciate you, my guy, but he is not going to be the answer for these two linebacking sets. He's just not. God love the man. He's not it. He's not it. I don't know what the answer is for the linebacking situation. What I do know is what I saw yesterday, we cannot do and expect to win a Super Bowl. We cannot do that and expect to win a Super Bowl. No, Baker was the only one that was making tackles yesterday. But if you look, he was still getting beat. He still had some missed tackles. Baker, you said Baker was the only linebacker playing good yesterday. That shouldn't be the bar. That shouldn't be the bar that Baker was the only good person yesterday. It shouldn't be. So I don't know what that is, but he should not be the bar. That I know. I don't know what the answer is at linebacker, but I don't know if it's currently on this roster. Van Ginkel was getting burned yesterday. David Long was getting burned yesterday. They just didn't look comfortable in any. And in my opinion, Jerome Baker didn't look great yesterday either. He didn't. Baker just did not look good. And by the way, I didn't look. Somebody said in the chat that Baker was the only. Flipside said he was the only good guy making tackles. I'm sorry to call you out, Flipside. You're my boy, but Realist Miami Dolphin YouTube channel just said Jerome Baker was the best linebacker on the football field. Bradley Chubb couldn't shed a block, and David Long was the biggest upset besides Howard, and of course our multi-billion-dollar defense. Look. Our defense yesterday, in my opinion, was a direct result of the play calling. I'm going to say that to you guys. Our defense yesterday was the failures of the defense yesterday were a direct result of the person calling the plays. And his name was Vic Fangio. And I'm very excited about Vic Fangio, and I still am. I'm not off the Fangio train. I'm just saying Fangio needs to realize what he has. And what he has isn't necessarily designed for the defense that he does all the time. He needs to throw. All I need you to do, Fangio, is just sprinkle in a little bit more blitz. Sprinkle in a little bit more pass rush. Sprinkle in a little bit more than 3 or 4 rushes, upfront rushes, and dropping everybody back. Now, the other thing I will also say is what Black Dolphin just said. Y'all do understand it's a new defense and that they are learning. Aldo, with his $2 donation, says give them time to gel. That's fair. And mind you, if you listen to my show, which most of you do, shout out to the 200 plus people that are watching, you would also know that I said, just like last year with McDaniel, there's a learning curve. Same thing's going to happen this year with Fangio. There's going to be a learning curve. But what I do know, which I have already stated, and now that I've been critical of the defense, I'm going to say it again. When it was time to show up, they showed up. When it was time, when Fangio was in the fourth quarter and in that last drive and wasn't blitzing the entire game and said, you know what? The 3 or 4 times I have blitz have been successful. Let me blitz again. He did make the change in that very last drive. He swallowed his pride and knew what needed to be done in order to win that football game, which is more than I can say for Boyer. So I'm going to tell you right now, I still have a lot of faith in this defense. I understand we gave up 200 plus yards rushing. But look, in my opinion, we held Justin Herbert to 228 yards and a touchdown. Something to be said of that. Those aren't great numbers. Those are not great numbers. They're not bad numbers. They're not bad, but they're not great. They're not top 5 paid quarterback in the NFL type numbers, which is what Justin Herbert is, top 5 paid quarterback in the NFL. I'm just saying. We just got to do a better job of getting after the run, stopping tackles in the backfield, getting after the quarterback, creating pressure, making the quarterback do stupid stuff. Because if we can stop the run, we will put more pressure on the quarterback to do stupid stuff. And yesterday, we didn't put the ball in Justin Herbert's hand enough to make him make bad decisions. Those are facts. We just didn't. Just didn't. Now, talked about the defense. I think I've talked about Jason Sanders and him giving the, yes, I talked about Jason Sanders. Talked about Vic Fangio. I got 2 more things to be critical about, then I'm going to open up the lines. I got to be critical, even though our offense was absolutely on fire yesterday. I got to be critical to Mike McDaniel here a little bit. Hear me out. I was told on multiple occasions from the very last press conference of the year last year, all through these press conferences this year. Well, you see, what I like to do is I would like to run the ball more. I don't want to abandon the run. And I think last year on multiple occasions we abandoned the run, and I need to do a better job as a play caller to make sure I stick with the run more. Let me tell you what you did game 1, Mike McDaniel. You abandoned the run. I ain't mad. You put up 36 points. My boy, too, is on an MVP type role. So is my man Tyreek. But let's be real. You told me. You lied to me, my buddy, my pal, my fella pal. You straight abandoned that run. And excuse my language to the people that are watching, or if you're watching this at work, I'm about to swear jar myself. And you gave 0 fucks about it. You did. You did. You didn't care. I'm not mad we won. I'm just telling you, you lied to me. You lied to me. The runs yesterday for the Dolphins. Raheem Mostert, 10 carries for 37 yards and a tutty. 3.7 yards. Okay? Eric Azukama was the second leading rusher yesterday. Let me say it again for the people in the back who didn't hear me. Eric Azukama was the second leading rusher yesterday. 2 carries for 17 yards. Savon Ahmed, 3 carries, 11 yards, 3.7 yards per carry. So 2 of the running backs that dressed yesterday. Mind you, Christopher Brooks didn't see any action as far as, production was concerned. They both averaged 3.7 yards per carry. I'm sitting here talking about the Dolphins offense is the best thing and maybe even better since the greatest show on turf. I still believe that statement, but I have to be honest with myself and tell you Marshall Faulk would never allow that to happen. So we need our own Marshall Faulk. I still want to see the Dolphins go out and get Jonathan Taylor. I don't care what anybody says, okay? You can lie, you can yell at me, you can say, Steven, oh my God, why are you bringing this up? Blah, 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 blah. 3.7 yards per carry and abandoning the run was the right thing to do yesterday, especially when you were being as effective as you were in the passing game. I get it. I understand it. But let's call a spade a spade. What are the odds that Tua throws 466 yards and 3 touchdowns again this year? I hope it's a lot. But we need to have some sort of established run game. We do. We need to have it. So I love McDaniel. I think our offense is absolutely amazing. But they abandoned the run and did not care about it in any way, shape, or form. So that's where I'm at with the run and Mike McDaniel. That needs to be better. So I talked about the defense of play calling with Fangio. I talked about the missed tackles from the linebackers, not getting people in the backfield, allowing them to run for 200 yards on us. I talked about Jason Sanders' missed field goal, or missed extra point, excuse me. He had no missed field goals. I got one more thing to complain about. Y'all know where I'm going with this. Y'all know exactly where I'm going with this. There's been, out of the 3 years I've done this show, one person that I've complained about for the most part. Okay? And that person plays for the Dallas Cowboys now and scored a touchdown yesterday. Don't know how the hell he did it, but he did it. But he's been the person I have been most critical about my entire 3 years on this show. But now that he's gone, I have to replace him with somebody. I have to find a new Dolphin to pick on. I am Mr. Spread Kindness, Positivity, and Love. But I have been saying for the last 2 years, especially in the last 2 months, but for the last 2 years, don't care what PFF has this person ranked as. They don't take into account a certain something. that he is bad at, that he is horrible at. Tua Tagovailoa has started 3 games, 2 in the preseason, 1 regular season game. And out of those 3 games, 2 in the preseason, 1 regular season game, one of the first 2 snaps in all 3 of those games have been horrible snaps. Let me tell y'all something right now. The Dolphins don't have a center. They do not have a center. They don't. They got a great blocker, but they don't have a center. Connor Williams, if you don't pull your head out of your ass and learn how to snap a football. Look, this man in the post-press conference said, and I quote, this is what he said. I can't make this shit up. This is exactly what he said. It was first game jitters. It was first game jitters. I couldn't, first game jitters. Excuse me? You've been having this problem ever since you've come to the Dolphins. First game jitters? Go sit in the corner. Don't sit here and lie to me. You better not talk about no first game jitters. Sir, you have made, as I have stated, if you listen to my show, I say this every week, 2 to 3 bad snaps a game is what you're getting with him. 2 to 3 bad snaps a game, guaranteed from this person. Right on the money with that one, wasn't I, ladies and gentlemen? Meanwhile, you out here demanding money for a contract. Talking about, I'm sitting out. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Steven, you were dead on with Connor. You're the only one on any YouTube channel. Thank you, Realist Miami Dolphins channel. Thank you. Yes, I feel some type of way about Connor Williams. Yes, I feel some type of way that he's going to, we should have been up 14-7. You do realize we should have had 7 more points on the board than what we had. Let me say it again. We should have had at least another touchdown. We should have had a 40-burger. Y'all know I like my 40 burgers. I should have been up here this morning eating a burger. Okay? Should have been eating it. Can't do it. Because my man can't snap. Doesn't know how to snap a football. I'm sorry. He doesn't. Man, you said shotgun snap. You didn't say under center. Look, man, I'm sorry that he's gotten worse, CB83. I'm just saying, his bad snapping has evolved, CB83. I can't help it. I've been trying to tell y'all, though, that he is not a center. Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad. Y'all, again, 3 games Tua has started this year. 2 preseason, 1 regular season. And in each one of those games, one of the first 2 snaps have been atrocious. Go back and look, my guy. Horrible. Trash. File 13. Put it in the shredder. Take him to court. Whatever you got to do, he has been bad at snapping the football. I hold my breath every time. I'm just holding my breath. I'm just telling you. Offensive line did great yesterday. Don't come up in the press conference, though, talking about first game jitters. Sir, you've been making bad snaps the entire time. The entire time. Don't come up here talking about bad snaps or talking about first game jitters. Don't ever let me hear those words come out of your mouth again, Connor Williams. What is it going to be? No. When he does it again next week, and he will, unfortunately, I just don't want to hear in the post game. It was second game jitters. Second game jitters. Second game jitters. better get out of here talking about first game jitters or second game jitters. You better not don't let me hear Connor Williams say that no more. Not playing. All right. Whew. I think I got everything out. I think I talked about everything. All right. It's Victory Monday, which means it's a show made for the fans by the fans. So I'm dropping the link. Y'all get up here. Tell me your thoughts. I'll bring you on one at a time. And if it starts getting packed in the back room, I'm, going to try to keep it moving. We got 220 people watching. If we get 20 or 30 people in today, that's my goal. So come on, say your piece. We can go back and forth a little bit, and then I'm going to bring on the next person. So let's go. Miami Sports Music's #1 Miami fan morning show, Clock Blockers, right here on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. If you like what you hear, hit the like button, donate to the channel, help the channel grow, and let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Stephen D, address my offensive line take, bro. I don't know what your offensive line take was, CB83, to be fair. I don't remember it. What'd you say? My dog was just eager to get off the ball and make that touchdown springing block. Crucify the man. Big dub. I didn't say not once have you ever heard me say anything remotely negative about Connor Williams blocking. Not once, and you never will. But he's not a freaking center. Guess what you also have to do as a center, CB? You have to snap the football. That is part of your job. Not just blocking, snapping and blocking. Just saying. Just saying. Whew. All right, I dropped the link. Get up here. What's up? Come on. The link is pinned to the top of the chat. I put it in the chat. I want to hear from you. Want to hear from y'all. Oh. All right, I'm going to go through Twitter while I'm waiting for some of you. Test revealed that Cleveland Browns right tackle Jack Conklin tore his ACL and MCL and will have season-ending surgery. Man, that sucks. Sorry about that. Imagine waking up and your team's 0-1. Couldn't be us. Facts. Facts couldn't be us. Like it. I said the offensive line would be fine. Y'all boys was worried. CB83, hey, man, you were a hell of a lot more confident about the O-line than I was. You were, and I can admit that. I did admit that earlier this morning. Look, I gave them their props. They played hell of a game. Hell of a game. Hell of a game. All right, first caller, my man Todd. Good morning, Todd. Man.
Breaking up.
You're fine with me. I can hear you fine. What's going on, Todd? Todd Liberto. All righty. All right. Go out. Come back in. We'll get you up there. Maria.
Hi, guys.
The West Side Story.
Good morning.
Stadium.
Oh, it was an amazing.
You were there. You were
Yeah.
live, Maria.
Yes, we were live. It was actually pretty freaking amazing. I'm going to watch the swear jar.
Your voice sounds like it's gone a little bit, Maria. Were you screaming for some first downs and touchdowns yesterday?
We were actually right over the Dolphins tunnel. So when they came out, we were screaming. When they went in and Tua was screaming, he was looking right at us. Murtha and I were right over the tunnel.
I saw at the end of the game your video. There was, I guess, I saw Holly and Burke, and I saw everybody there. Shout out to the whole crew.
Yeah,
this sounded like you had a great time.
It was one hell of an amazing experience. It was pretty cool. It was cool to be there for the win.
How many Dolphin fans? Was there a good amount of Dolphin fans inside the stadium yesterday?
I'm not going to lie to you. If it wasn't 50-50, it was 60-40. And if you listen to Tua's press conference, he literally states that fans united all showed up, and that's what helped them. He said the screaming from the fans is basically, it was amazing. And he called us out. And I think too, when he friggin' when he friggin' spiked the ball and everything, and we were all screaming that they didn't flag it, I think that's when he finally decided he was going to throw a flag, because we friggin' went nuts.
That's awesome, man. It's the year they played in that soccer stadium, and I think there was about 30,000 people that place held, 33,000. I'm pretty sure 29,000 of them were Dolphin fans that year. That was like when they were in the process of moving from San Diego to LA. And Dolphin fans just show out in Los Angeles for some reason. There's they travel well, and there's a buttload of them there.
We were friggin', it was crazy. It was a sea of teal everywhere you looked.
How was the LA takeover itself? You guys had the event the day before. That was pretty great. I'm sure you guys showed up to some of that. How was the takeover?
Actually, I will not lie to you. We didn't go to any of that.
Okay.
We actually, I personally felt we did something a little bit better. We actually spent the day with Nick Needham's mom, with Shannon.
Shout out to Nick Needham.
Yeah, we actually spent the day with Nick Needham's mom. We went out to lunch. Then we took the golf carts. There was about 20 of us. And we went around San Clemente, taking care of the homeless.
Shout out to y'all, Maria.
That personally, I thought was a lot better than going to any event.
Yeah. No, look, I mean, everybody had a great time doing their thing, but that's pretty awesome. Shout out to Nick. I've heard so many great things about Nick Needham's mom, and she's a real one. So I'm excited.
She goes around with her sister twice a week with the golf carts every Saturday and either Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on what the day is like. They go around for a couple of hours taking care of the homeless.
Awesome.
So that's what we wanted to do. So we brought bags of stuff with us on the plane, of clothes and everything, and toiletries, and we went around taking care of the homeless.
I love it. I love it. You guys, Maria, you know how I feel about you. I love you, and I love your whole crew, and I love everything you got. Are you going up to New England next week?
No, I actually have to keep my feet on the ground for a little bit. I am going up to MetLife. Holly and them are going out to Washington.
The FedEx takeover. You better come to either FedEx takeover Philly or Baltimore, Maria. Better come to one of my 3 events. I'm not playing.
I will definitely be coming to one of them. I'm just not sure which one.
Yeah. Okay.
And then
obviously Fan Club Weekend will be big.
Fan Club Weekend will be awesome. We're looking very forward to our home opener with the yacht and everything like that, and then doing the celebration of life for Gary. So we're very.
I love the Gary chain that I saw a lot yesterday. That was pretty dope. I love.
John had that done. So we've got the chain going, and the banner is everywhere with us, and everybody's signing the banner. We did get some alumni signing the back of the chain. Bob will have the chain at the game next weekend. So our goal is for the chain to go to every single game so that people can take pictures with it. So that's our goal.
I saw Gorilla Luke with the chain. I was like, "Whoa, that's a chain." It was awesome.
If you look at Chris's page, he just put an amazing video out.
You guys should make an Instagram page specifically for that chain this year.
That's not a bad idea.
And then just anytime that picture's taken with somebody, you throw it up on the Instagram page.
Yeah, if you
call it the mayor's FinFan Mayer or Mayor FinFan. R.I.P. FinFan Mayer. Something like that.
So it's really pretty awesome. Look at the video. The video is absolutely spectacular. And it's everybody that wore the chain between the past 2 days. And he put some music to it, so it's really pretty touching.
I'll check it out.
So,
all right. Well, thank you for calling in. You made my morning.
Fins up.
Fins up.
And it's Victory Monday. Everybody wear your Victory Monday shirts.
I love it. I love it, Maria. We'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week. I'll talk to you during the week.
Yes. Be good.
Love you guys.
Love you too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, Miami Sports Music's #1 Miami fan morning show. It's Victory Monday here. If you guys want to get on, tell me what your thoughts about if you went to the game. I'd love to hear how your experience was. If you, got to do a lot of different things and cool things, get up here. Let's talk. But I want to hear your thoughts about the game and everything that you felt. I got some people in the back. Let me bring on the next guest. My man, Dolphin Winters is in the building, CEO of Dolphins Nation 305. What's up, baby? Good morning.
Happy Victory Monday, my brother. What's good with you, family?
Victory Monday to you, my friend. What is going on?
Listen, I was at work. Shout out to Paris Love, streaming the game on Dolphin Nation 305. Shout out to Pamela Carnes, streaming the game also on her.
Miss Pam.
Shout out to all the Fins fans that showed up and showed out yesterday at that stadium, bro. That's what it's about, man. That's what it's about right there. And I hear Tua say exactly what Maria said. Shout out to Maria also. It was right on point, man. Like, we are family, and we travel, and we made a difference in that game for the team, man. I'm telling you. So
look, I tell people all the time that home field advantage is a real thing. And when you get great people, you get great fan base, even on an away games, it just makes all the difference in the world. I remember when we went to the MetLife takeover several years ago, and there was about, 2,500 of us, close to 3,000. And we were all sitting up in one top, and Jet fans just left that stadium. And there was nothing left but Dolphin fans in the fourth quarter of that game.
Right.
And it was absolutely awesome. And there was a touchdown that was scored in the fourth. And I want to say like Jarvis Landry or somebody did it, or maybe even Tannehill. I forget who was the quarterback or whatever, but they pointed up to us. And I think the players appreciate the away fans that show up to the game. So it's awesome, man. It's awesome.
Well, I'll be one of them this week coming up. I'm going to Foxborough. I will be rooting. I plan on not having a voice. So I'm going to be acting a fool up in Foxborough for the whole fam. I'm telling everybody.
Man, that sounds like it's going to be good times. I'm excited for you, man. That'll be good.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, man. But everything you said today, bro, was right on. You were right on everything, my man. I mean, literally, Stephen D.
One more time for the people in the back, Dolphin.
You've been like literally, man. Like, shout out to that was the first thing I did. I said, listen, Tua did his thing, Tyreek did his thing, but the O-line, if you don't have the O-line, none of this
happened yesterday. None of that happened.
Shout out to the offensive.
And by the way, you know who's included in that? Connor Williams, right?
Absolutely.
Connor's included in that, but he still can't snap for nothing. That's
no. My heart sank, man. My heart sank when we got down there.
Man snaps the ball. I'm like, all right, what's going on?
I just, man. But yo, listen, we can't do that again. We can't keep doing that. We can't keep doing that. Vic Fangio, whatever he needs to do, bruh, you cannot do this the next 16 weeks. You cannot.
Yeah.
No,
it's they have to make changes. Now, to be fair, there's a learning curve, right? And that's part of this. And so when they do that, I think that they'll be fine.
Absolutely.
I just think they can't replicate that for another 16 games or 15 games and expect to be successful. So but right now we are, as Mike McDaniel said in their locker room, we're 1/16 part of the season is over. All right. So let's move on to Foxborough. Sunday night football against the Patriots. And
it should. I think it's going to be a good one. I think it's going to be a really good one. I'm excited about it.
I'm just looking forward to seeing all my Fins fam up there when I come up there. I'm looking forward to bringing that W back. It's going to be this right here, Stephen D. When all us Dolphin fans talk about they don't respect us. Well, this is the game right here where you're going to have to sit there and earn the respect, and it's on prime time, and it's a divisional game. So what do we usually do in prime time? We cannot do that anymore.
We don't do a great job in prime time normally. But fan, let me tell you something. If the Dolphins come out and they absolutely demolish New England, which, by the way, I'm predicting that they will.
Mm-hmm.
If they absolutely demolish them, bro, strap on, get a ticket to ride, because it's going to be a fun one.
Well, family, listen, once you open up the lines next week, I'm going to be there in the backyard chilling. We'll be talking about Victory Monday all over again. So I'm ready, and definitely shout out to you, man, because Philly Invasion is like about, 6 weeks away?
Is it that close? Don't do that to me. I'm still trying to get to this move through Mississippi.
Listen to me. I plan on being on your show on Monday morning in front of the Lincoln Financial Field. That's my word. Weather permitting. Weather permitting.
I like
okay, it. I'll just do the weather permitting in there, because you know how it is. It's nasty up here, cuz. So you know what I mean. But yo, I mean that. That's my word, and I'm gonna stick to my word about that, bro.
All right. Well, hey man, I appreciate you coming on this morning. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you, family. Peace, love, fins up, fam. Let's go.
All right, be easy, man. All right, Miami Sports Music's #1 Miami fan morning show, Clock Blockers, right here on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. Get in where you fit in. The link is pinned to the top of the chat. If you're not in the back room, get in here. Come on, we got to get some people up here. I want to know your thoughts about the game yesterday. I saw Chef Zhu in here a little bit ago, and then Chef Zhu got off. I know Chef Zhu's busy. Get back up here, Chef Zhu. And I know Todd Liberto was up in here. Who else is in the chat? Get up here, Nando. I see you up in here, Nando, my guy, my fella, my pal. All right, let me bring in my man, Big Philly. What's up, Big Philly?
Hey,
my man with the tie on at work, cuz.
You know what it is, bro?
Monday at work? Did you stroll in talking about where all my Dolphin haters at?
Bro, let me tell you something. I've been strolling in all out since last night. I'm calling everybody, bro. Oh my god, you see the videos on my Twitter.
I love the memes of people walking into work on Victory Monday.
I came in happy. I was like, where the business at?
Where the business
at? Now.
Where they at though? But where they at though? I love it, baby.
I'm at lunch now, though. That was yesterday.
Okay, you eating right? I like it.
Yeah, I did some brisket yesterday for the first game.
Don't get me started. I'm a big guy now, Big Philly. Come on now, don't be doing that.
You and me both, bro. We ain't small people. We ain't small people. It's all right.
All right, man. Tell me what you thought about the game yesterday.
Look, man, my only concern going into the game was the offensive line and how they were going to hold up with Trent Armstead. Let me tell you, they didn't disappoint yesterday. That offensive line was amazing. Austin Jackson did really well. I guess that 15 pounds he lost helped him out a lot with his movement, was able to keep up.
From left to right side, the entire offensive line from a blocking standpoint.
They played real well.
They did their thing.
There was some snap miscues, with Tua, with those 2 fumbles. With the under center.
You want to repeat those?
Well, one for sure was him, but the other one, man.
Big Philly, say his name. Don't say Tua's name. Don't you dare put Tua in that. Okay?
What? That ain't nothing bad. That ain't nothing bad.
Hey man,
look, in his defense,
that is all Connor. That is all Connor Williams. Okay.
Well, he's a guard, though. He's a guard playing center.
He's not a center. Correct.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
I've been saying that for 2 years. He's a guard playing center. But either way, he's blocking wise, he did phenomenal as well. And again, those were just 2 little miscues, but we were able to recover and still be able to win the game, which was great. Tyreek, there ain't nothing you can't say about Tyreek because it's just Reek. Yeah, man, Mostert had a good game running. He was able to find some nice holes there in that very stingy Chargers defensive front 7. So, because they are very stingy, they're very good against the run, and they were able to find some holes there to get us a first down. So, I just found that hilarious because everybody's calling for Cook or JT. So I'm like, we were just fine at running back. We didn't have no problems at running back.
I mean, we didn't have a great day at running back. We
But
abandoned that
but
run.
it's a
We
tough
abandoned
defense.
the run real quick, Big Philly. We abandoned the run real quick.
But that's something that's not out of the norm with Mike McDaniel. He does that every game, every season.
But Mike McDaniel got up in a press conference, Big Philly, and told me, I will not abandon the run this year. I will not abandon the run this year.
The first thing he did.
And the very first thing that man did in the second quarter was, screw it, I'm done. I'm just going to air it out.
But you know what, dude? That game.
Nope, not going to do it.
No, but that game called for it because even the Chargers the Chargers rush game, even though they rushed for 140.
They rushed for over 200 yards yesterday between the two of those guys.
Dude, Eckler did a fantastic job for me.
They both did. Both those guys did. And here's the effed up part about it, Big Philly. We were allegedly number 4 against the run last year. You wouldn't have known it.
You want to know why though?
Because we blitzed.
Honestly,
as much as I hate
Boyer blitzes every fucking
blitzes, right?
Ooh.
And that you got it. You got it, Big Philly. But the moment in the fourth quarter, though, on that last drive, guess what Fangio did?
He went aggressive.
He got aggressive.
So that's the issue, man.
If he had just done that 15% more during the game, it would have been a totally different game. It would have been.
It's funny. It's funny that you say that because during the game, right? I'm texting. So I'm good friends with Jeff Dellenback's son. Jeff Dellenback played the center for us back in the 80s and 90s.
Yep.
So I'm really good friends with his son. So I was texting his son. I was like, he's like, they need to play more aggressive. I was like, I can't stand this zone because they're just sitting on the zone and they're picking us apart. He needs to switch to man. That last drive, they switched to man and they started blitzing, and they were able to get to Herbert on 3 of the 4 plays. And then so it's like he needs to be able to mix that in, dude. Sitting in zone the entire game they're going to pick us apart because that front 4. It's not going to get to the quarterback like that without some assistance there with that linebacker core, or bringing in like mixing it up with Bethel or Elliott or Kohu who got in on one. So they got to mix it in and start throwing these blitz packages from somewhere. So it was good. It was a good game though. Overall, great game.
Look, it was week 1.
Yes, sir.
Our boy, he is him threw for 466 yards and 3 tutties. That's all I know, Big Philly. He is him.
Real quick, we started a couple.
Timothy Hemavaloa. Okay.
We started a fantasy for couples, and my wife wanted to try it out for the first year, and she drafted Tua, and she's actually playing Turbo today, this week. Turbo was sweating because she has Tyreek.
Wow.
Tyreek threw up 35 in fantasy. But she has Joe Burrow.
When I used to play fantasy, I always hated when I had the quarterback and the person I was playing had the wide receiver, and I knew it was a deadly combo, and I'm like, come on.
Dude, it's important, bro.
You better hope you have the lead going into that Monday night game.
She had but here's the thing: Turbo had Dallas's defense, and Dallas put on a clinic last night. 35 points from fantasy. 35 and a half.
I know, bro. I got it wrong. I expected the Giants to be better. But let's not say they put on a clinic.
They got exposed last night.
They played the Giants. Okay. They didn't put on a clinic. They played the Giants. Okay.
They didn't put a clinic. Defensively, their offense didn't do jack squat.
How much can you really
defensively
say? Look, I'm gonna be a hater. How much can you really say they put on a clinic when a
blocked field goal for a touchdown?
Come on,
a blocked field goal for a touchdown.
Come on.
Two pick sixes.
Big Philly, I ain't got time for this. I ain't
Come
got time,
bro. Defensively, not their offense.
Dallas Cowgirl fans. I'm sorry. Can't do it.
Hey, I don't like the Cowgirls either, but you know what? I got to respect the defense. I don't respect their offense, but I got to respect their defense.
I'm just saying.
We're going to say the same thing about the
Big Philly. I got other people, man. Go back to work.
Oh, I'm at lunch. 30 minutes.
Love you, Big Philly. I appreciate it, man. Be good, bro. All right, let me bring on the next caller, man. Papa Paul. What's up, Papa Paul?
Oh, Stephen D, it's a wonderful Monday.
It is
Victory Monday.
Victory Monday, baby.
That's right. It's Victory freaking Monday.
What's good, man? Give me your thoughts about the game yesterday.
Oh, I was a little worried in the beginning. I'm sure a lot of people were.
Mm-hmm.
But it came down to it where two are balled out.
Yep.
Our defense wasn't where I thought they would be.
Me neither.
I mean, it was disappointing, but to see the records that Tua and Tyreek put up,
it was fun.
Yes, it was fun. And the ending where we sacked Herbert twice in a row there, 2 out of 3 times. Right there. That made it.
The defense showed up in the fourth quarter. When they needed to show up, they showed up. And, And as much as I gave crap this morning, to Fangio not making the adjustments at halftime, I still have to respect it and say, oh man, look, in the fourth quarter, he came in and showed out. And there's something to be said of that.
We took care of things when we had to take care of them. I feel we gave up too many points to them, and we didn't quite score. We should have scored every time we had the ball. But then we had that fumble in the beginning. That's where it's like, okay, what's going on? But it was a win. I'm excited. I don't care what anybody says. If anybody's crying about, he almost had 3 interceptions. He was not sacked. He did not get sacked.
You know who specifically I need to give a big applause to? Austin Jackson. Austin Jackson.
Yes.
Played against Joey Bosa the entire day and didn't give up 1 sack to Joey Bosa.
I agree with you.
For the people in the back that can hear me. Austin Jackson played the entire game against Joey Bosa and didn't give up an entire sack. That's I need y'all to realize how big that is, man.
And not only that, basically no penalties against our O-line.
Nope. It was Connor Williams did.
Yeah, we had the holding penalty. Yeah.
Connor did again.
But we know it is what it is. For a team that we've had so many penalties last year and even in preseason on the O-line, to go through the whole game and only have 1 penalty on the O-line and not get sacked, it was unbelievable.
I am very, very happy with what Tua did, and I think that you got to realize two of Tua's best games were against really good football teams. Yes. Last year against Baltimore and this year against the Chargers. Neither one of them are knockover teams. They're playoff contending teams.
Well, and he's 3rd in the NFL for yardage in opening games.
Yeah.
466.
And here's the thing: the Dolphins yesterday faced Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack.
Yeah,
and we were all nervous about it. I was so nervous about it. Dave, the dude, I don't know if you're a Dolphins fan or not, but Bosa is 28 and looked like he was 38. Injuries pile up. Don't do Austin Jackson like that, man. Austin Jackson had a great game. Let's not go there because we were all nervous about Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa facing this O-line. We were like, oh man, this is gonna be
and they held up. They did their job.
Dude.
McDaniel said they were not worried about the O-line, and it goes right there to show they have reason to not be worried about the O-line right there. Well, that was without Armstead in there.
Happy about it. I was definitely happy about it. So, all right, any other thing before I let you go, Papa Paul?
Well, the closest quarterback behind Tua for yardage was Minnesota. Kirk Cousins.
And he had
three.
In my opinion,
he had 344 yards. He was number 2 yesterday,
and he didn't have a great game, in my opinion. They lost. I think Minnesota lost, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. 20-17.
MVP. Let me say it again for you, Pop Paul.
MVP.
And that's going to get louder as the weeks progress. That's all I know. That's going to get louder.
You know it, brother. You know it, brother.
Hey, Pop Paul, I appreciate you coming on this morning, man. Thank you, man.
And I'll see you at the home opener.
No, I won't be there, man. I want to. I was supposed to be, but I got to move, man. I'm doing this move. I move on Thursday officially, so.
Okay. I'll forgive you.
I'm sorry, man. I got to get into the new house and everything. And there's somebody in the back that's mad at me that I'm not going to the home opener. So you're not the only one. Don't be.
Okay. Okay. We'll forgive you this time, Stephen D.
I appreciate it, Pop Paul. Be good, man.
You too.
Fins up. All right, Fins for life. What's up, Fins for life? 561. How are you? I got people in the back, guys. I'm gonna bring you on. Don't go anywhere. Fins for life. What's up, man? How are you?
Good. What's up?
Hey, man. Just living that Victory Monday life, baby.
Oh yeah, ain't nothing like a dub on a Monday morning.
I love it, man. I love it. What's good, man?
No, not much. A dub's a dub. Like I said, I still have some concerns with the defense and the tackling, the running game. I just wanted to bring 1 point to you.
Okay.
Tyreek ain't gonna play like that every game. I got news for everyone. He ain't gonna put up 200 yards every game. What's that? Almost 4,000 yards for a receiver. So I'm worried about
I had to hit you with the crickets. I didn't touch you. I had to hit you with the crickets because hey, look, he is him and he is Tua, but Cheetah is also him and he is also Cheetah. Okay, so let's look. My man said he was going for 2K. He was going to put 2K on there. Okay, let's get something straight. Who gonna stop him though? Who's stopping Tyreek Hill?
That's my next point. There's going to be a defense that's going to say, okay, somebody else is going to beat us. We're going to make somebody else beat us.
And you know what? That's when somebody else beats them because we still got weapons.
No, but yeah, I know. I just hope Waddle's. I hope Waddle's okay. I think he's hurt worse than we know. Back to the defense, the whole first 3.5, and thank goodness. I don't want nobody to be hurt, but thank goodness Austin Eckler got hurt, because if not, he was carving us up. The other running back, yeah, he did his thing, but he's not Austin Eckler. He's not a receiver out of the backfield. Our linebackers cannot cover. David Long Jr. looked terrible.
Hey, Vince for life, I love you. You're my man, but you saying some wild stuff today, bro. Look, yesterday, Austin Eckler had 16 carries for $117 and a touch.
Say that again.
Joshua Kelly had 16 carries for 91 yards and a touch. They were both doing their thing. It didn't matter who was in the backfield, whether it was Eckler or Kelly. We were getting carved up no matter what yesterday, bro.
And that makes my case towards Wilkinson. So everybody, he's a top 5 defensive tackle. A top 5 defensive tackle, don't let that happen.
I can admit that to a certain extent, but I also believe in my heart of hearts that part of the reason that yesterday happened was the defensive scheme that was being called for most of the game, and it was their first game together. So there's still a learning curve to it, right? And so I get it. It's easy to say Aaron Donald would never let that happen, or XY,
But Stephen D, let me break it down. Mr. Phillips, right? Jalen Phillips, my dog. I hope he plays Defensive Player of the Year, right?
Yep.
Okay, one-on-one. He couldn't get to the quarterback one-on-one. He's supposed to be that dog. Okay, you got to get to the quarterback one-on-one. Don't get me wrong. I'm very happy. I'm just being
hold on
an even skill.
Just listen for a second. 95% of the snaps yesterday, and I don't think I'm exaggerating with that number, we were only bringing 3 or 4 man fronts. That was it. And if there's 5 to 6 people on an offensive line, guess who's getting double teamed most of those snaps? Jalen Phillips was getting double teamed a lot. Christian Wilkins was getting double teamed a lot. Now, look, to be fair,
Zach Sealer. And who we got on the other side? And Chubb was coming a lot. Chubb wasn't shedding no blocks, bro.
Hey, look, all of them need to step up.
Now Holland played a hell of a game,
but we were only bringing 3 and 4 man rushes. And I know at least on a handful of occasions, every defensive player they were bringing on those 4 man fronts were getting double teamed, every single one of them, because they were playing with 1 or 2 tight end sets. So everybody was getting double teamed. It's a lot harder for them to rush the quarterback when all 4 players on the line are getting double teamed. All of them. Now,
Yeah.
I'm not saying it was every snap, and I'm not saying Chubb didn't deserve some backlash for what he didn't do on the field yesterday.
He did nothing.
Same thing with the rest of them. But I got to call a spade. And in my opinion, there's a lot of factors that played into it yesterday. Part of it was Fangio's play calling and not adjusting at halftime. Part of it was double teams because they were only bringing 3 or 4 man pressures. And part of it was they just didn't step up. And there's a learning curve in this defense. There is. So, and it was game 1. Now,
game 1.
Game 2 or 3, and they're still acting like this, and this is still an issue. Now we can have a conversation. But
I agree with you. I'd say, 50-50 if you're going to put a percentage on it. Players for defensive coordinator and the players. I'm excited, man. It's just, it made me feel like that was the Baltimore game, even though it wasn't a comeback. You know what I'm saying? We were going back and forth, which I just hope Waddle's okay. That's what I'm getting at. I'm worried about Waddle, and we need a running game.
Hey, I know this is hard for you to hear as a Dolphins fan. You're my boy. Just listen. You hear me? I got my bag of hopium for you. It's all going to be fine.
All right, I'm going to take that.
It's all going to be fine, okay? It's going to be good. All right, man, I got to let you go. I appreciate you coming on, brother.
Yep.
Hands up, baby.
Hey, bless you.
Bless you, man. I appreciate it. All right, let me bring in the next person. I was about to bring him on. I don't know where he went. Where did he go? Ryan, you were listening and then you left. I was about to bring you on, Ryan. There he goes. I don't know what happened. Ryan, you almost got. I almost didn't bring you on. I was about to bring you on, then you left. What, you got that too, a cell service? Huh?
No, I don't know, man.
Keeps dropping dimes, baby. Keeps dropping dimes.
It's your StreamYard nonsense. His website keeps just rebooting out of nowhere.
Now it's StreamYard, huh? Now it's StreamYard. First of all, let's give props where props are due. Your beard is fire. Okay. Your beard is straight fire. Okay.
That was the goal.
Again, your beard, and I have a feeling he's listening. It might be better than the Godfathers. Might be better than the Godfathers.
Hey, I sent him a picture yesterday. He ain't ever replied, so I don't know if he's hurt.
He might be better than Mark's. I'm just saying.
But hey, just so everyone knows, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
You're right. Shout out. All right, man. Tell me your thoughts about everything, man. Where you at?
So I know I'm not worried about the defense. It's early, new scheme, all that. I'm not really stressing about that, even though I know from what I've seen online, a lot of people are. People are resting on their laurels about that offensive line, which the tackles did a fantastic job, but Connor Williams tried to give that game away, didn't he?
I said that earlier this morning.
He tried. Now look, just because I knew, and I don't know how many people have been trying to disagree with that fact or not, but I figured people would. So I got online this morning and I went back and I researched. Tua's lost fumbles, NFL career, collegiate career. Not a single one of them was the result of a mishandled snap from under center.
Okay.
Until yesterday. There's a common denominator. That man had three bad snaps yesterday and a bad holding penalty. So until he gives me a perfect snapping game with no unnecessary penalties, I'm gonna keep riding on this man that was trying to demand a new contract this offseason.
Hey, to be fair, to be real fair about it, it would still just be one game for me.
I mean, yeah, but I look, when that one game happens, I won't say nothing until the next game.
It would still
I'll keep my
be
mouth
one
shut
game.
I'll keep my mouth shut for a whole week on that man as soon as he gives me one game.
Well,
just one game. That running game though, man, come on. I mean, yeah, Mike McDaniel abandoned it, but at the same time, like you're averaging under 4 yards a carry.
It'll be interesting nonetheless. It will definitely be that. Let me ask you, what did you think? What did you think about the defense itself and allowing 200 yards rushing?
I mean, look, the trenches got to get to work, but a large part of that is because Christian Wilkins is the heart and soul and the backbone of that defensive front, and he skipped the entire training camp and preseason. So, I'm not too stressed about it. Give them a couple of give them another week or two to get used to the scheme, get Wilkins readapted into doing something, and let's see if he can earn that contract. But I don't think that this is going to be an every week kind of a thing of them letting up that much offense.
No,
like a lot of it's going to come down to play calling too. I mean, you said before, like Vic at the end of the game brought the pressure, brought the heat, and Herbert didn't know what to do. Like he just got bashed at the end of the game there, and it's because we finally started bringing pressure.
So last year, Tua on the 18th of September threw for 469 yards. This year, on the 10th of September, Tua threw for 466. Tua in September is money. Now, I would like to see Tua in December be money. What do you think the odds are that Tua replicates this later on in the year?
It all comes down to his health.
Okay, and I agree with that.
It all comes down to his health. And I think a large part, and the team's never going to admit this, Tua's never going to admit this, anybody that's in the know-how is never going to admit this. He never looked the same coming back from that concussion he got in Cincinnati. And honestly, like he had that first game back, he had the first half against Houston, and then he took a nasty hit right before they took him out. Like the fact that they completely missed a concussion later in the season in the Green Bay game, like I wouldn't be surprised if he got a concussion on that hit, and that he just never was playing. He just couldn't get his head right last year because of all that.
I'm not saying you're right or wrong. What I will tell you is, I'm very excited to see what Tua does this year. I said that a week ago. I said that a month ago. I said at the end of last year. I said a healthy Tua is an MVP candidate in this league. And yesterday,
he's got to be healthy.
And yesterday proved that a healthy Tua is an MVP candidate in the NFL. And it's not even close. He's legit.
I did notice.
I need people to realize, hey, I know I'm a homer. I know I'm a Dolph fan. I know I'm a Dolph fan with attitude. I get all that. I promise y'all on everything, a healthy Tua is one of the best quarterbacks in this league. That's how confident and good I feel about him.
Yeah, but he does have to clean some things up.
I mean, what do you think? Like nobody.
So he had that stretch
of a game yesterday.
Yeah, but so with Tua, he had that stretch towards the end of the third quarter, beginning of the fourth quarter, where he threw. I think it was like 7 straight incompletions, and aside from maybe one of them, every one of those incompletions was thrown into double and triple coverage. That even goes back, that throw he threw to Eazy at the end of the half that resulted in the TPI. He was thrown into triple coverage.
Hold on, let me interrupt you. Okay. Now I am not sitting here comparing Tua to Brett Favre. I don't want people to think that. Okay. But I feel like I have to say for the fact that those throws that he's throwing, he completes some of those. And that is part of why you love him at the same time. And he doesn't throw that many interceptions. If I get one interception every 2 games, I'm okay with that because that's what he does, mind you. He throws about 1 or 2 interceptions when he's healthy, 1 or 2 interceptions a game or every other game.
So I bring up the throwing all those passes into double and triple coverage that he didn't complete any of them. Because when you've got one guy in triple coverage on a play, you've got at least one guy somewhere that's wide open. He's not surveying the field enough.
Look, man,
in those situations. And you bring up the interception.
Are you coming up here with the TD theory, Ryan, that he doesn't read his through his progressions? Because the
no,
man
because
did
we've
yesterday.
because we've seen him read through progressions. We've watched him read through progressions on tape.
I didn't even have to say it, and Dolphin Don said
but those.
You're just like TD, Dolphin.
I'm just talking. Look, no. So look, he was doing fine before, and then he sort of got back in his lane and went back to reading through his progressions after. But he had that little stretch where it's like he stopped doing it, and he was just going to his number one guy on each play that was in triple coverage, and he wasn't complete.
For people that don't know, Ryan is probably my best friend in the world. I do love Ryan. Okay, Ryan is the man. But Ryan, you have never been more wrong in your life, and you copied your stance on TV, and you deserve everything that's coming your way right now.
I will never copy my
TD
stance.
This is, bro. My man just threw for 466 yards, and you talking about 7 incomplete passes that he threw. The man threw for 466 yards.
You go up against a better secondary because they got 2 guys on that secondary that are really good. You go up against a Philadelphia, which is that we do in a few weeks. They have a much better secondary, and if they've got receivers in triple coverage, one of those 3 guys is picking those balls off in those situations. It's not just slapping to the ground.
God love you. That's all.
And that's just something he's got to clean up. He only did it for a small stretch of the game, and then he got back on his game. But he just can't do that.
I'm not mad at you. I'm just disappointed in you. That's all. Disappointed.
Be disappointed all you want, man. It's week 1. We expect things to look sloppy here and there, and that there's things that have to be cleaned up. And that's the only thing I saw in his game.
About it.
I'm not worried. I'm not worried about it. I'm just saying that's what I noticed in his game yesterday that he needs to clean up on.
Hey, by the way, real quick, FedEx Air and Ground Player of the Week, Tua, 89% of the vote already. Tua's 89% of the vote. All right, Ryan, get off my screen. I'm so mad at you right now.
You're mad at me. You're mad at me. You're mad at me.
I'm mad. I am mad. Ryan, I love you. If you guys are in, tell people about your fan club. Amazing fan club, mind you.
Valley Fanatics. We're in Winchester, Virginia. We're a little over about an hour and a half outside of DC. We just had our first watch party at our new home yesterday, and it went fantastically. Great food, great
Winchester,
times.
Virginia, and you're a Dolphins fan. Go check out Ryan and the Valley Fanatics. I promise
you'll find us at El Oasis Grill and Bar in Winchester, Virginia.
It's a lot of fun, man. It's a lot of fun. You guys will enjoy yourself. Ryan, I hate you, and I love you all.
I love you.
I love you.
See, and look at that. I do love you. I don't hate you at all, even though you're trying to hate me for no reason.
Can you touch your beard for me? Oh, we just had a moment.
Yeah, how you like that?
I like it. I like it a lot. All right, let's keep it rated G for the people that are watching. I love you, Ryan. I'll talk to you later, buddy. Bye. Get off my screen. I had Chef Zhu in the back. Chef, get up here. I promised I will bring you on. I got Dolphin Don. I got Lance. I got Robert in the back, too. I'm bringing all of you on. But Chef Zhu keeps on going off and on, and I promised I would bring him on, and I want to. I want to bring him on. All right, while I'm waiting for Chef Zhu, I'm going to bring on Lance. Lance! Lance, did you freeze up?
There
Lance?
we go.
What's up, buddy?
What's happening?
My man Trucker Lance is in the building.
Man, you can't even believe it.
All my truckers out there, shout out to y'all. What's up, buddy?
Man, I the last 2 minutes of the game I missed.
You missed a great 2 minutes. You missed
I know.
2 minutes.
My wife called and it interrupted the internet that I was on.
First of all, how dare she call with 2 minutes left? Does she not know
that's
what's
what I'm
going on?
saying. I told her I was going to divorce her next time.
Look, hey, Mrs. Lance, realize that Sundays are reserved for the Dolphins. Okay,
it is.
Lance loves you. He loves you almost more than the Dolphins. Almost.
No, she doesn't watch the games. She likes the Dolphins.
She's missing out on life. She's missing out.
But she used to train some of the Dolphins.
Well, you're
back in the day.
Well, your wife is married to you, so she did something right. She did something right.
She trained Actually, like 3 or 4 of them back was head coach.
Lance, what do you want to talk about, Lance? Do you want to talk about how amazing your favorite player did yesterday?
Hey,
400.
I got no complaints about. I mean, I do, but Tua balled out. No doubt. But is this going to be like one of his out of body experiences again? I need more. You know what I mean? If he does this, not in every game, but the majority of the games, I'm good. I'm good with him even being franchise. But him just doing this one game, just like Baltimore last year, we've never seen him play like that again.
Hey, let's get something straight.
I just need him to do it more.
Hold on. Last year, Tua threw for the 5th most yards ever all time. Okay, I want you to think about something real quick. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So Tua did. Look at these numbers. Dan Marino in October of '88. Mind you, I was literally 2 months old. 2 months old. Threw for 521 yards. Marino in '94, which was several years later, threw for 473. And Marino in 1984, in December of 1980, threw for 470. So he did this over a course, he did, there's 10 years here and one, there's like, 3 times over a course of 10 years. Tua in the course of 1 year, apart from each other, almost to the day, almost did the same exact thing, 469 and 466. So
I just need more consistency.
He does do it. He does it more often than Marino did. Marino did it 3 times in 10 years. Tua did it twice in a span of a year. Just saying.
Okay.
Just saying. Don't disrespect Tua, okay?
I just don't.
He is him. He is him, Lance.
Hey, I want him. I want it to be him, but I'm not on that board. I got 1 foot on.
Reservations. I get it.
I got 1 foot on, 1 foot off. I mean, there's a lot. Even like the guy before with that great beard of his.
Oh, my man Ryan, my brother.
Yeah, he was right though. I mean, as much as everybody's going to give him crap.
Let's not just be throwing out Ryan's right. He's going to take that and run with it, Lance. I don't need all that in my life. Please stop.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, my man. but he was right. I mean, 3 or 4 of those passes could have easily been picked off, and it could have gone sideways.
I got you, but they didn't.
He's been lucky. He's lucky. That way. And he like even last year he threw a lot of like that, but eventually it's going to catch up.
Well,
I hope not.
I'm just saying.
But I mean, look, 49er.
Hold on, Lance, I want to show you this. You ready? Since 2022, Tua has started 8 road games. In those 8 starts, he has, you ready? 62.8 completion percentage, 2,403 passing yards, 20 touchdowns, 107.7 passer rating, 9.03 yards per attempt, and 22 completions of 25 yards or more. He's had 4 games with 3+ passing touchdowns and 4 games with 300+ passing yards.
How many under 15? How many are under 15?
Isn't a shot in the dark. Tua is him. Stop it, Lance.
All right.
He is.
I just don't. Maybe I'm just not seeing it. I just don't.
I just showed you, Lance.
The eyeball.
You don't see it.
I don't. I'm saying my eyeball just when I look.
Men lie, women lie, but numbers don't lie.
Hey, I'm going to give him his props. I'm giving him his props. I mean, he balled out yesterday. There ain't no doubt about it. None. Like dude, you should have seen me jumping up and down in my fucking truck. This truck was rocking, and fucking people were like probably looking at it. It wasn't like, because I was doing anybody.
Over there in his truck,
right?
Lance was getting a little too excited with Tyreek.
Yeah, I was screaming, man. People were probably looking into this truck and everything. They're like, "What the fuck? Is this guy alive?"
Swear jar twice. Get off my channel. I love you, buddy. I love you, man.
All right,
Be
my
good, man. Be safe, okay?
All
right. God, y'all trip me out sometimes. I don't know where Chef Zhu went, but I hope he comes back up here real quick. Dolphin Don, what's up, Dolphin Don?
What's good? Happy Victory Monday, man. If I could talk
Happy
today.
Victory Monday to you, my brother. How are you, man?
Bro, I'm on cloud 9. I got questions.
All right. I got answers. I'm ready for them. Bring them.
Okay.
Let's go.
So the Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs got beat by the Detroit Lions.
Yes, sir, they did.
Why is everybody talking about the Dolphins beating the hell out of the Chargers? Hey, well, no. And here we are. We're as fans. We're saying, oh, Tua should have thrown every pass perfect. Come on, man. I got more questions. I got more
answers. Let's go. What's up?
Yeah. Okay. So if Tua, I don't know if anybody remembers, but we got 2 Hall of Famer quarterbacks, Bob Greasy, Dan Marino.
Yep.
Did they ever throw a perfect game?
Maybe you've heard of them.
Maybe you've heard of them. Did they ever have any bad passes that you thought, oh,
no,
I don't know if we should have thrown that?
Bob Greasy and Dan Marino threw every single pass of their career perfect and never did anything wrong ever. Those 2 guys were perfect in their entire careers. They never did anything bad, not once.
That's right, man. Okay, so by that token, who are your top 3 quarterbacks of all time
for the Miami Dolphins?
Yeah.
Timothy Tagovailoa, Timothy Loa, and he is him Iloa.
It's just a fact, man. And that whole game, I was sitting there watching it. I got down on Connor Williams, man. I was so mad at that brother. I was like, man, we need to get him off the team.
Level 2 noob says he demands you change your name to Bob Ross. You just give him that Bob.
Hey, man. Okay,
can you tell us how to paint a tree, Dolphin Don?
And we're gonna make this tree.
Well, look here now. We're just gonna use a little bit of blue, and if you see that blue, it just looks really, really good. And I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna use this green. I'm just gonna dab it, just dab it. And if you look here, this is how this. Now it looks like a beautiful tree, and now I have a little forest of Tyreek Hills. I got 1 Tyreek Hill, 2 Tyreek Hills, and just look, just
falling around.
Yep. There you go. I got Bob Ross on point, my guy.
That was good, man. That was good. All right, let me see what I can do for you there, noob. But yeah, okay. But I just want to throw that out there because we're all got these rose-colored glasses about the Dolphins of yore. And man, this whole game I was sitting there watching it. Yeah, sure, bad things happen, but you know what? I never thought we were out of it.
Not once. Not once.
Yeah, even there at the end, man. When we gave the ball, and finger kicking good Sanders missed that one.
Finger kicking good Sanders, bro. Stop it. Leave that man alone.
No, I stole that.
Now, to be fair, I'm not saying my heart didn't go in my stomach when he missed that extra point, but what I'm saying is my heart went into my stomach with that extra point.
Right. But after the game, I had time to digest things, and I was like, oh, there in the 4th quarter, we started putting a lot of pressure on Herbert. And I kind of feel like, it's kind of like you can read about riding a bike a lot, but until you ride the bike, you don't know you're not riding a bike. And I think we started riding the bike there in the 4th quarter. So I think that's Fangio's defense starting to come to light. That's just my 2 cents. It might be a little rose tinted, but hey, it is the way it is.
Hey, hold up. I got to show you this. Is this true?
What's this?
This is a 7-second clip of Brandon Staley talking to his team in the locker room.
Butt hurt.
All right, listen. All right. Is anybody surprised about what happened? Nope. All right, listen.
That's got to be a troll. He can't have really said that in the locker room after the game. He couldn't have really said that. He couldn't have really said, is anybody surprised by what happened here after the game? I don't believe that he said that. Nah, he didn't say that. He didn't know that the Dolphins were going to be absolutely amazing and the best offense in the NFL. He didn't know that. He didn't know that at all. All right, man. What any final thing before I let you go?
No, just my message to everybody is just relax and enjoy the hell out of this game tonight because, hey, we're going to be tied with first with one of those cats.
I love it. Hey, I ain't mad at you, man.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at you.
I got one more question.
Yes. Yep.
Who let Dan Campbell out the building? Who's responsible?
Well, I got enough. No, the real question is, Dolphin Don, who let Dan Rizzi out the building?
Oh, another
That's the real one. But to be fair, hey, you know who I need to give? You know who I didn't give a good round of applause to yesterday? Butch Berry.
Oh yeah.
Butch Berry deserves a round of applause for yesterday. It's just one game, but man, Butch Berry might be the best offensive line coach we've had since Chris Forrester, and we all know what happened with Chris Forrester.
Mm-hmm.
As long as he don't do Chris Forrester stuff, we might have an offensive line coach. I'm just saying.
I'm here for it, man.
All right, Dolphin Don, I love you, brother. Be good, man.
You too, brother. Peace.
All right, Miami Sports Music's number one Miami fan morning show, Clock Blockers, right here on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. I think I got a good one. I think y'all gonna like this guy. Y'all ready? You better come in here with that energy I need from you, man. Let's go. Greg, I'm not playing with you. Get off mute right now, Greg. Greg, get off mute, Greg. Greg, you're not listening. I was ready to hand the ball off to you, man. You wasn't ready. You didn't understand the assignment, Greg. Greg, I'm disappointed in you. You still on mute. Greg. I'm disappointed, Greg. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed in you, Greg. Just disappointed. Let's try it one more time. Take yourself off mute.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. The floor is
Let
yours.
me talk to you! We got the best quarterback in the fucking league. I'm sorry I have to use it because all the other quarterbacks had less than 200 passing yards. All right? Now, let me say this. On YouTube, on all these streams, and on these Twitter spaces, you probably heard me talking some smack about Tua. Yes, I have been a Tua hater. Yes, I have been a non-believer. But after yesterday, I think I got to be a believer. Now, Steven, I'm not expecting 466 passing yards in 17 games. But, man, if Tua can give us that, we got a Super Bowl MVP quarterback on our team, which we have needed since Dan Marino, who I didn't see play for us.
I mean, all I know is that look, yesterday was, I knew he had that in him because he's done it before, and the number shows that he's done this before. So what are we talking about?
No.
He is him.
I mean,
he is him.
Yes, he is him. Tyreek is him. Bro, that 3rd and 10 where he dropped that in the Tyreek, oh my God, what a throw. And then that touchdown pass. It was like a ball going into the glove. It was like right there in the breadbasket. And that's what I want to see.
It was like right there.
It was like God or something. I don't know. But the offensive line, shout out to them, bro. I thought without Armstead, this offensive line would have got our quarterback killed. Thank God it didn't happen. Our defense, let me talk on this. If you would have talked to me after the first half, I would have been asking, is Josh Boyer still here? Because that looked like Josh Boyer. Now, it is week 1. I'm not going to go on that Josh Boyer comparing to Vic Fangio. It's week 1. Give me to week 4. I think it should be good. So, yeah. But the defense showed up when it mattered. Jason Sanders, Steven, yes, we can keep him for now. But I'm still on keep him in L.A. because he almost cost that game. I almost would have punched a hole in my wall.
Level 2 noob said to stop being fake. Level 2 noob says you're being fake.
How am I being fake? I'm wearing my Tua jersey right now. Look at that.
Let's go, Greg. Tell him.
I just got out of class wearing that. I was wearing that to work yesterday. I got it for Christmas. Thank you. My mother got me it.
That's right. And she's a saint.
Yes.
She's a saint, level 2 noob.
Yeah.
Greg's mother's a saint, and he knows Tua is him. So you stop it, level 2 noob.
Yeah, he's him. No one mess with my quarterback. I'll come for your neck. Just like Tua was out there sniping them Chargers defense.
I love it.
Brandon Staley's also. How is he not fired, bro? He I don't know how he wasn't surprised.
You know who he gives me? He gives me real Jeff Fisher vibes.
Yeah.
And Marvin Lewis vibes. I'm just saying.
All I'm gonna say is, Steven, our offense is the best offense in the league. We are the one out of 4 teams.
Noob does want to say you are on record as saying Skylar's the best quarterback on this team. You don't get to ride this
that's because I
now.
was on something, all right? I was on some drugs or something. But anyway,
he wasn't on hopium. He was not on hopium. He is now on hopium. Okay?
Yes. I'm on that 2-and-ear drug now.
You're on that. He's on that. You're on hopium. Okay. You're addicted to hopium. I get it. I understand. Sometimes it's not the first hit that gets you addicted. You have to come for the second and third hits of hopium that gets you addicted to it. Exactly. I get it. I understand it.
But our offense is the best in the league. We were the only team. We were one of 4 teams to score 30 plus, but we have the highest in 36. Chargers 34, and then the Rams, Jaguars tied to 30. We're one of 4 teams that scored 30 points yesterday. Can you believe that?
Hey, look, man, I love it. I'm here for it, and I love it. And
I'm going to get out of here because I'm driving home, but I got one thing to say.
All right, Greg, I'm ready for it.
Based on our schedule, you can call me crazy. You can call this an overreaction. Steven, am I crazy to think what we saw in some of those games yesterday? We might go 17-0. I mean, look at that. The Broncos look like average still. The Raiders, I mean, they got lucky. The Giants got 40 burgered. I mean, outside of the division, I'm not really worried about the rest of the schedule. But the Patriots look mid.
Too much hopium can produce adverse effects. Craig, you have the right to not incriminate yourself, Raul says. Level 2 Noob says, yes, you are crazy.
I am crazy. That's what the NFL does to you sometimes. We'll probably end up losing. I'll come up here raging like a lunatic. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here because I'm driving home. But, ladies and gentlemen, that Lombardi has one name on it. What everybody's saying, Miami Dolphins, yeah. This is our year. It's the year of the Miami Dolphins, and the NFL better be ready, or else they're gonna find out the hard way when the Samoan sniper comes in their house and kills them.
And what you gonna do about it, brother?
Nothing.
Get out of here, Greg. Oh, I love Greg. I love him. Greg's one of my favorite callers. He is hands down. I love him. I love that guy. All right, I got a couple people in the back. I do want to let people know I have the Tua song on standby. You know what song I'm talking about, not Tua Time, the other Tua song. And I think I should play it. So I'm not gonna play it without a big donation. I need a big donation. Somebody donates to the channel. Big donation. I will play the Tua song that y'all love. I will play the old school Tua song for you that you all love. Not Tua Time, the old school Tua song. Y'all know what I'm talking about, the people that watched the show back in the day. Y'all ain't ready for it. So big donation gets you the Tua song. Get you the Tua song. I'm just saying. Robert, what's up, Robert? I got Nando talk in the back after you. What's going on, Robert?
Not much, buddy.
How are you?
It's a good day.
It's a victory Monday, man.
I mean, I have good days and I have bad days, Steve. And anytime I don't have my foot on someone's throat, it's a good day.
It is a good day, but you know what? You can put your throats on those Patriots, Bills, and Jet fans' throat today and just be like, go look at what we did to the Chargers. You're next, bud.
I don't have to worry about peons today, Steven. They don't count for anything.
They don't. They don't at all.
Peons. They're stepping stones to greatness. Nothing else.
And is the stepping stone part of Tua's path to the Hall of Fame?
We aren't at Hall of Fame yet. Let's sit there and worry about that when he's done. Like, let's keep it honest. I just want to see him keep crushing things and shitting down people's throats.
Hey, man, look, I hear you. I hear you, man. I hear you. Oh, look, somebody's trying to hop on too soon. You stay in the back till it's your turn, sir. Trying to hop on, trying to cut the line.
So Was someone actually concerned about Waddle? Because he still had four receptions.
Waddle's fine. Waddle's fine.
Yeah, he had 4 receptions for 80 yards and looked good. Like,
Waddle's fine. He's going to be good.
Yesterday was dynamic. I wasn't real happy we didn't run the ball that much, but our offense looked retarded, and it is one of the funnest to watch. So,
hey, yesterday's game was so much fun to watch, and I loved every second of it. It was awesome. It was absolutely.
Let's pass on the I loved every second of it, because that Jason Sanders kick.
Okay, well,
I gave my pacemaker a run for the money.
He just wanted to make sure that the Dolphin fans were on the edge of their seat or standing up or yelling. Okay, that's all he was trying to do. He was trying to make it that it wasn't a boring game.
Steven.
Robert.
The only person you're lying to is yourself, and you know it.
I'm just trying to give myself the hopium, okay? It's tough to get high on your own supply sometimes, okay, Robert?
There's plenty to get high about, man. I'm like, let's be honest. That game was a hell of a game. You don't have to go smoke the Cheerios.
I love it. I love it. Anything else before I let you go, Robert?
No, man. You have a good one and be safe on your move. Hell of a game.
Hell of a game. Hell of a game, Robert. All right, be good, man.
All right, bye-bye.
All right. I got 3 people in the back. I'm going to bring 2 of them on here in a second. But nobody donated. But here's what I'm going to do, because I want to hear the song. And I need to go refill my water so that I can talk to these guys a little bit longer. So here's what I'm going to do. We did this before back in the day. And it's called a donation song. So while the song is being played, you guys donate, okay? And I'm sure I'm going to get flagged for this, so make sure the donations are good. Even if it's $1, it's whatever. Just make sure. Look, if all 144 people donated $1, it would go such a long way. But this is for all my Tua fans out there, okay? My Tua lovers, my Tua fans. Y'all know what it is I'm about to play. And it's not Tua time. It's not Tua time. It is your favorite song. Ladies and gentlemen, Tua. So I'm going to go get some more. I'll be right back.
Ka whakaro ake hate aha E kore noa e tahi e rereke Kia muki o pai tawhiti Aha ko te kokei He mana nui tō te aki Hei aha te whakariti Tiro ki tua tuara e Whakarono ki nā wai o roto e Kei wehi te wehe nā I tō awa Tiro ki tua, tiro ki tua, tua E koro koro tui roto pā koro e Kia mai au e kore rere I mohi o e nui no atura Tōku ora nai na te hira ira He ora nā nā kau kei tuara Kei tuara Tuara e Whakarongo ki nā wai o roto e Ke wehi te wehe nā I tō awa I tō awa, I tō awa
Donate to the channel. For the people that used to watch the show, you know I used to do this all the time. money on the show today is for y'all to donate. So please donate. Oh my goodness. Oh, that brought back some memories. Right, Nando and Jason? We won yesterday. It's Victory Monday.
Yes, we did. What a game.
That was beautiful.
That was beautiful, right? It was just so beautiful.
I was so zenned out, and then you were just screaming, though, Steven. I saw me and Jason. We were dancing. We were vibing in the background. Great victory, though.
You guys had your phones up and we're going like this. It was great.
What a time to be alive, man. 1-0, my fellow Fins fans.
I'll tell you what. Stephen D.
I'm going to put you on the big screens, guys. Here we go.
Stephen
Here
D.
we go.
Alec Ingold is on pace for 34 seasonal receptions, Big Daddy.
Hey. Yesterday. Or throughout the season,
pumped,
I've made a couple predictions this year. Number one, River Craycraft would be second in touchdowns this year. Okay, said that would be the case. Number two, I said Alec Ingold would be fourth in receiving yards yesterday, for the year. He is fifth in receiving yards at the moment. Fifth in receiving yards after week one.
You said receptions.
I thought it was receiving yards. Okay.
You said receptions.
Okay. All right. Fine. We'll go.
You better hope receptions because it ain't going to be receiving yards.
Okay. I said fourth in receiving yards.
He was just looking out for you, bro.
Oh, that's fine. I still think I'm going to be right no matter what. And then I also said that Connor Williams was going to give you two to three bad snaps per game. I have been right on the money with everything I have said. Everything. I am him. I am Nostradamus. I know this.
Steven, time out. You were correct, dead on the Connor. But you can't even get your own prediction right. You said Alec Ingold in receptions, and it wasn't going to be receptions.
Jason, semantics. As crypto would say.
Yardage receptions.
Semantics.
Whatever.
Close enough.
By the way,
I'm also on like an hour of sleep.
Nobody donated for my Tua song. That's how great the Tua song was. I'm gonna play it again before the day's over. I'm gonna play it again for the day's over. Nando, let's start with you. What'd you think of the game yesterday? Give me your thoughts.
Man, at first, so excited, obviously, for the kickoff, for everything going down, and then the bad snaps between Connor Williams, it made me feel so nervous. And then I was fine. Like after that, the rest of the game was a little nerve-wracking, but I could see the light. I could see the pathway to victory. And towards the end, my God, watching Tua just tear it up, watching Tyreek just kick it up another gear was just incredible to see. And then the defense holding it down at the back end with Zach Sealer and Jalen Phillips, those back-to-back sacks. I loved it, guys. Like, I was so happy. Was it frustrating at times in the defense? Sure. Like, I don't want to let up 200 rushing yards every week, but we got a 36-34 win in a game that everybody had us written off. Like, I love it. Tua had an amazing game, and we just have to keep the energy going for the entire season. Tighten up a little bit more on D, and we're good, boys. Like, gentlemen, because we're 1-0, so we are the gentlemen of the NFL right now.
We are the gentlemen.
The gentlemen.
Jason, what are your thoughts?
It was a fun game. Fun game.
Fun.
Look, it was gonna be a shootout. I thought that there was gonna be a little bit of defensive clamping in the running attack. I was way off, but I hope that the defense will go back to the classroom with Professor Fangio and understand that, yeah, you know what? We might have to blitz a little bit more. He was very selective in his blitz calling, but when he did dial it up, he made the right call. Like the few times that he made the call, it connected. That's advertised. But we do have to fix the rushing defense. But fact of the matter is, Tua, the best Dolphin quarterback performance I've seen week one since Dan Marino. And my favorite game of all time was the 1994 game when Dan returned from a near season-ending Achilles. The comparable here is that Tua played his first game since returning from his issues since Christmas.
Mhm.
He didn't play.
Mhm.
So it was a welcome back. And to me, it says the itch, the burn, the desire that a competitor like Atua has been waiting for this moment. He's been visualizing it. And I'll tell you, everyone knows my thoughts on the guy behind me, and everyone knows my trepidations of anointing people. I'm still not ready to anoint anything yet, but the throw to Tyreek Hill where he stepped up into the pocket, off balance, and delivered a strike, to me, was my Leo DiCaprio moment in Django Unchained. You had my curiosity, but now you have my attention. That was the moment to me. I said, all right.
First of all, great movie
Yep.
reference. I'm so proud of you with the movie reference because I love
You know
Django.
what? I love movies. I love football. I love coffee. If I could figure some way to live those three lives together 24/7, I'll figure it out. But yeah, I love
Throw food in there too. Throw food in there, cooking food. And your
Cooking
chicken
food,
parm.
too.
Your chicken parm.
An incredible
chicken parm is
monologue,
pretty good.
Jason, with an awesome reference to.
I've never
We're gonna
had
do
your
some
chicken
fun
parm. I've only seen pictures of it, but I can imagine what it tastes like, Jason.
We're going to do it. We're going to do it at a tailgate. I just got to figure out how to bring the Blackstone. It's either going to be Philly. It's going to be
You don't need to bring the Blackstone. We'll have all that for you.
Seriously?
Yes.
You're literally no
Yes.
transportation of
I don't think that you'll
propane,
need.
of
I
grill.
will double check.
I just have to
but
bring
I'm
my.
sure you don't need to bring it.
I could just bring
Your
my
expertise.
backpack of Blackstone spatula. I got my steam
I have
dome.
heard good things
I got
about
my
your chicken parm, sir.
stencils. Okay. All right. We're on. It's on. It's on.
It's
Just
on
your
like Donkey
expertise,
Kong.
Jason.
It's on. Forget the cheesesteaks in Philly. We're
What
going
are y'all's?
chicken
Nando, I want to talk to you about Vic Fangio. What was your thoughts on Vic Fangio yesterday and his play calling and his defensive scheme and not blitzing or not bringing pressure? And then when he did in the very last, the very last couple plays, it worked out. What are your thoughts about Fangio yesterday?
Well, obviously going from Boyer's like incredibly blitz happy scheme to Fangio just rushing four, there was going to be a bit of like switch up. And we got to get a little used to that. I wanted them to be more aggressive. It sounded like he was a little conservative throughout the game. But when he started dialing it up towards the end, like I hope that's the norm. I hope it was, okay, let's get our feet wet. Like, let's get the training wheels on. And then now that the boys are comfortable with some real in-game action, let's start getting aggressive. Let's dial it up. And towards the end, it rattled Justin Herbert. Like,
it did.
A pass to nobody. Pass to nobody for intentional grounding, sack to end the game is beautiful. Like that's what I want to do against those elite quarterbacks. I don't even want you to even scare me with a potential field goal attempt. No, you're not getting anywhere down the field. We have the ability on the D line. We just have to dial it up. Like I am not scared of what's gonna come. I don't think we don't play any crazy offenses the next 2 weeks.
I said this morning, Nando, and if you agree with me, let me know, Nando, that if the Dolphins just blitzed, or not even blitzed, just brought pressure, more than 4 players, right? 10 to 15% more during the game, it would have been a totally different game yesterday.
Yeah, it's a massive, like, it's entirely different game because we're just attacking Justin Herbert in an entirely different way. If we would have actually been able to just get more up in his face, it would have been awesome. But I'll take the 3 sacks we had. Cater Kohou's sack was beautiful too. I thought we were going to get
safety. Sack was phenomenal.
Oh my god,
that's his first career sack. First career sack.
Phenomenal. And I'll be real with you, it was really close to being a safety. It was really close to being a safety.
It was, but ready for this. See, this is one of the plays that I love. You know why? Because they got the ball back and scored a touchdown right away. I mean, it's a situation, and this brings me to a segue, if I may. Let's talk Christian Wilkins, because a lot of people are going to say, let's see what Christian Wilkins did. 3 tackles, no sacks. He sucks. No. 3 separate plays on 3rd down. He did 3 separate football plays to help his unit get off the field and either force a field goal attempt in one situation, which they did hit, but it could have been very well 4 more points, which would have reversed the course of the game probably. But it was also 2 other 3rd downs where he chased Herbert out of bounds to create an incomplete pass. And he also helped break up that kind of weird toss, kind of inward toss play. And then he ran around and solidified the push to end it. So he is a guy that disrupts, as advertised, as we always say, 3 plays, save of points, 2 possessions back, That's Christian Wilkins for you. It's not always on the stat sheets, folks. It's what he does for the unit. Which this unit has to approve. I get it. But
Nando,
in spurts.
name some other offenses that we'll face this year similar to that Herbert offense that you see being, or are we not facing anything like that anymore this year?
Closest will probably at home. Nobody. Like, I don't think we're gonna lose a single game at home, guys. Like the best team we play at home is the Cowboys. And
It's not Tuesday yet. You can't be dropping hot takes like that, Nando.
Brother, I said that when the schedule came out, man. I'm not afraid of a single team at home, man. Like we're out here. We're out here, especially after what I just saw.
Out here, cuz.
On the road, we'll play the Chiefs in Germany. We'll play the Eagles in Philly. And really, those are the craziest offenses besides the divisional games like the Bills and the Jets. So I didn't factor those into account. We might lose those at home, but I don't believe so.
I'll tell you who I'm going to be worried about, and it's a generality.
It's not even a worry. It's just you're going to be prepared for it. Very prepared.
Correct. It's not teams anymore. Like I mean, look, Tua is I think going to be able to put up points with whomever, and this defense is going to need to either fix what they need to fix or come up timely and adjust and kind of bendish, don't breakish, like we saw yesterday. But I'm worried about big, strong tight ends, because in the middle of the field, there was a Charger. I forget who exactly it was, but it was like that big body type who was just eating. And
Barnham?
Thank you. Thank you. But like, if we play a healthy Travis Kelce in Germany, I'm worried a little bit. If we're playing Darren Waller if he's healthy for the Giants, correct? If I'm wrong. Mm-hmm. So there's a worry about those type of players from what I saw middle field yesterday and strength-wise. I still worry about the strong tight end, but hope that fits into the Chiefs' worry. So,
Yeah, the Chiefs, the Eagles have Dallas Goedert as well. Like
same
that's
here, yeah,
a good
same
area.
thing.
So it's that same
strong tight ends.
Was yesterday a confirmation for you guys of what we hoped it would be? Was it a confirmation of what we hoped it would be?
When we play the best offenses in the league, like I get it. There's I'm seeing some stuff like, oh, we only won by 2, even though we had such a crazy day, blah, blah, blah. Like we're playing Justin Herbert's supposed to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Like we'll be playing Mahomes, we'll be playing Jalen Hurts, like Super Bowl runner-ups, Super Bowl champions. Like I don't think we're going to beat them by 10 points, 2 touchdowns. I think if we're going to win, it's going to be 2 3-point games. But the fact that our team has the capability of doing that, that's what I'm excited for. Like that, like we could be in an up and down battle all game, but you put the last end of the fourth quarter on, and my offense can go out there and score, and my defense can go stop the other quarterback. That's all I care about. That'll win us games, and that's what we need. I'm confident, Steven. I don't know if that's what I expected to see yesterday, but end result was I left feeling confident, 1-0, and that's all I care about. That's what I'm expecting.
Jason, same question for you. Was yesterday a confirmation of what you hoped this team would be?
You know what? I don't want to say no and be like, oh my God, what is he talking about? The confirmation of offense was great. The defense got me a little concerned because I did expect, I'm going to say, making me dead wrong. I expected David Long to perform like an all-star. He did not. He was actually non-existent, really. Andrew Van Ginkel pretty much came in for more snaps in the middle towards the end of the game. Finished with 5 tackles to, I think, David's 1. I'm going off of memory on the stat sheet here. But I was expecting a little bit more of a solidified defense, which we did not see, but we did see them come up big when needed. So there's a – let's see how that is fixed, but offensively had exceeded my expectations, knowing that it was going to be probably a good back and forth game, but some of the throws that Tua made, some of just the situational calls, 4th and 7, going for it on the road. Durham Smythe, everyone. I mean, look,
Durham Smythe was legit yesterday, bro.
I've been saying things about Durham Smythe. I've been saying this.
I haven't even talked about him today, really.
Since he signed his extension, I've been saying, look, he's not George Kittle. He's not a Darren Waller, Travis Kelce. But what he is, he's Durham freaking Smythe. And he's never going to do something wrong. I mean, think about that. Like, he's not going to create penalties. He's not going to not block. He's going to create first downs. 3 first downs, 3 catches. That's efficiency. So I loved what they were doing. Braxton Berrios, legit 3rd receiver. Eric Ezukama, Deebo Samuel, maybe. That's what we're seeing. 2 rushes, no catches, but they did
Whoa,
target him.
that's I'm not saying you're wrong.
Usage wise.
But to be fair, you might not be far off from it. You might not be far off.
Again, I'm not going fantasy. Deebo Samuel, Eric Ezukama, 25 points a week fantasy wise at peak. No, I'm saying.
But you're saying it could evolve to that.
It can't evolve to. I'm saying he's a player who could take handoffs from a running back, like a Cordero Patterson. Same idea. It's a gadgety player.
I have to admit, I was very surprised with how much Ezukama was utilized yesterday and used, and that was something for me that I was surprised about. Hey, real quick, let me bring on another guest real quick. Our friend on everybody's podcast. He's in everybody's. He was an OG. He was the very first listener to this podcast. My brother, Chef Zhu. What's up, Chef?
Chef Jew.
Can you hear me, Chef?
What up,
We
Chef?
can't hear you. There we go. Chef, you there? Can't hear you. Can't hear you.
Mute, Chef, mute.
Nope. Go out and come back in. Try to close out everything and then come back in. And I'll bring you in. I'll bring you in, buddy. I'll bring in the OG, triple OG, Chef Shoe. He doesn't ever come on. Nando knows that. He doesn't ever come on.
That's pretty cool.
Very rare that Chef comes on. Let me ask you guys another question. When Jason Sanders missed that kick at the end of the game, what was your thoughts? I need to know how you felt when that happened, and what was your thoughts after it? When you really thought about it. Start with Nando. I'll start with Jason. Start with Jason. Go ahead, Jason.
Everyone knows my affinity to the kicking game. I live and die with every Jason Sanders kick. Literally. Like, literally. So I initially thought the worst, like, we're going to lose because of this. But we didn't. So I'm going to move on. But look, he makes a kick as basically a buzzer beater after that penalty to end the half, which was a 41-yarder, and it was big. It was big. And listen, he was clutch. He's been clutch before. I just think if he just is mentally right, he should be fine. It's never a leg issue. But I almost thought I was going to keel over guys after that miss. I mean,
I think we all felt like that. Nando probably being included in that. You agree, Nando?
I was thinking of like 15 different soccer players in the Miami area who could have probably have done a better job. I was like, why can't we get Messi? You know, you think he'll want to kick?
I was about to say, I'm like, you know how many tweets I saw yesterday of like, put Messi in a suit. Let's see if Messi
Sketcher,
can
the
come out here
goalie,
and
would
kick
probably
field
be the
goals for
best
Dolphins.
ones. But in all fairness,
two things.
we didn't lose by it, so I hope Sanders learns. You know, it snaps him out of a funk and he can regain his confidence, because that's all kicking is, bro. It's just a confidence game. So I hope the team was able to still uplift him, say, hey, we still won, Sanders. No worries, but that was so scary, man.
So the one funny thing, going back to the tape, if you look back at it, just watch whatever angle, Jake Bailey actually thought that it was in, and then Sanders kind of like nicked him and like nipped him right in like the shoulder pads or the rib pads or whatever. Like, no, like it was like really funny, like you jinxed me. But I was able to take some solace into that. But I got to tell you, man, that was the most enjoyable football game I've watched and ended in a long, long time.
Chef Zhu, what about you, man?
Oh, gosh.
We can hear you now. Good morning, Chef Zhu. What's good?
Good morning.
Jason got me laughing so hard right now.
Jason,
Are you laughing with me or are you laughing at me, man? Which one?
I'm laughing with you. I'm laughing with you. Oh, gosh. That was good. That was good. Oh,
what's
my
up, OG,
gosh,
triple OG,
man.
OG? How are you?
Man,
Oh, Chef, you got to get better internet,
just
man.
do. No, my wife, that's one. But she can hold on for a moment. No, hold on. You okay?
Chef, you got to get better internet, man. You know who's got bad internet sometimes and had to restart his computer? This guy. This guy.
Cam.
Cameron. Cameron,
What's going
tell me
on?
your
How about that
thoughts.
tennis match last night?
Oh, you want? Yeah, it was a great tennis match. It was amazing. Chef Jude, try to come back. We'll bring you out. We'll try one more time, Chef. Go ahead, Cam. What's up, man? How are you? Tell me about your thoughts about
Marlins
yesterday.
took 2 or 3 from the Phillies. Cubs won.
Cameron's really trying to transition to baseball now.
That was one of the most
baseball.
No, definitely not. I'm just doing that. I'm just trolling Noob.
Noob's already mad at me because I played the Tua song earlier.
Hey man, it was.
What's up?
It was exciting, right?
It was most definitely. You ain't got nothing else to say. It was just exciting.
And the biggest takeaway for me is, well, I got slow internet today too for some stupid reason. My computer's all jacked up. But the most important thing for me yesterday was 0 sacks.
It was a huge thing for me. Nando and Jason, for that matter, you and I have talked extensively on all three of us have had multiple conversations behind closed doors on the channel at tailgates about the quality of the O-line. And yesterday, Cameron, I got to be honest, Kendall Lamb played great. Austin Jackson played amazing. And Isaiah Wynn outdid himself too.
And you know why? And this is probably the most understated improvement that was made during the offseason, and as the offensive line coach. Coach Barry, coming from University of Miami, where he did a really good job.
Did his thing, yep.
And he is respected in the locker room, whereas last year, the past 2 years, the offensive line coach was in over his head.
Yep.
And you can just tell just how cohesive that line was. And when McDaniel said in his presser on Thursday, I believe it was, is that this is the most offensive linemen he's had that are capable offensive linemen that he's had or seen, here in Davie, or I'm sorry, in the Dolphins uniform. And it showed on Sunday. Like, did you hear Bosa or Khalil Mack's name? Were they in the backfield? Did they make plays?
There's like a minute-long clip that's traveling social media right now of Austin Jackson on Joey Bosa the entire day and all like the major blocks. It looked like a clinic. Like, he looked good against Joey Bosa. He looked great against Joey Bosa. Joey Bosa couldn't get anything on him. And let's be honest, guys, Joey Bosa is one of the best defensive ends in the NFL. He is.
24-year-old Austin Jackson.
Listen,
too young to give up on.
I mean,
Austin
Jackson,
borderline Hall of Famer. So, I mean, like,
Austin
go ahead.
Jackson was one of the 2 or 3 when I was down in camp. We're all very close to these players. You don't see them on TV. You see them 3-dimensionally. And Austin Jackson was a different physical person. He trimmed down. He literally shocked me from his look. And now it's translating onto the field. And as Nando said, this is a 24-year-old kid in his 4th year. So it's like, I'm not getting on, again, I don't want to get ahead of myself and say we could be seeing 4 more, 5 more years of Austin Jackson if they extend him and sign him. But maybe this was a really smart move by Chris Grier to say, no. Prove yourself first. And I kind of like what this mindset is almost. It's like there are people who need to prove themselves. And we won a road game with some feistiness yesterday. So I like what's going on here. I like this. I like it.
And not only we won a road game against, maybe the second or third best offense in the AFC, behind Miami and Kansas City, or, arguably. Eckler is an all-pro, and those 3 wide receivers that they have, including Parnham at tight end, are all 6'4" or above and can run and catch and block and do all the things you want a wide receiver to do. They're matchup problems. As Xavier Howard was having issues all day. And so I look forward, to the rest of the season. And back to what you were saying, Stephen, about are the Dolphins going to face an offense that good? And I'll be hard pressed to say that they will.
Man,
Here's a couple of things.
And so did
look, I'll say this and then I'll let Jason go.
Did the defense
my opinion, this was not an easy opponent. This was a tough opponent. There are a lot of people that had the Chargers being a top 4 team in the NFL this year. Were they ahead of Kansas City? Probably not. But just because they're not ahead of the person that's in their division doesn't mean they were considered a top 4 team. I mean, Herbert just got the bag. That defense is legit. Joey Bosa, Khalil Mack, and not to mention some other great players on that defense, right? This was no slouch. This was a good football team that the Dolphins played. It wasn't a slouch. It wasn't a bad, you know how years in the past years, Nando, you can admit to this, right? Like, there are so many times Dolphins are like, oh, they played bad teams. That's why they went on the streak. Oh, they won this. They're winning games against teams they should beat. Now they're winning games. Now they're winning games against teams that are on par with being, some of the best in the league. And
Chargers were fully healthy too.
And they were fully healthy. There's no excuses. None. There's no excuses for nothing. You don't get an excuse in week 1. So, Jason, I don't know what you were about to say, but that's kind of where I'm at with it. Like, I feel like this was a statement for the Dolphins, a straight statement.
Not only was it a statement, if we're going to really think about like what this does for the season and the outlook, and we're putting an asterisk on this, let's put a couple of asterisks on this. The Dolphins won on the road against the top-end AFC conference contender despite their all-pro caliber left tackle out. Despite their all-pro acquisition Jalen Ramsey on IR. And ready for this, everybody, not a single solitary drafted rookie played a single solitary snap. 2 drafted guys, 1 dressed. Cam Smith didn't play a snap for defense. I don't know if he got it on special teams. He did on special teams, but not on defense. So not a single solitary defensive snap for your second-round corner. Devon A. Chain did not dress. So this tells me we saw an unbelievable performance yesterday, but we haven't even come close to seeing the best. Not even close.
100%. Go ahead, Nando, and then I'm going to bring back Chef Shoe.
On that same note, I just had this thought. We got gashed on the ground. Austin Eckler is a great running back. The only other 2 running backs on our schedule that we play that are that good are Josh Jacobs and Derrick Henry. Like, how much do you guys think we're really that bad against the run, or how much is it like Austin Eckler is just Austin Eckler?
Austin Eckler's really,
I think
really
it was
good.
their offensive line.
That too. But, look, he's tremendous out of the backfield as a pass-catching running back. He's not necessarily your Derrick Henrys of the world. We kind of made him look like that yesterday with the line help and with, I guess, just whatever the issue was with the new Vic Fangio scheme.
Hey, real quick. Let me interrupt. So I'm going to interrupt because Barry Jackson and Jason, you and I like Barry. Okay.
He's the best. He's the best. He's the GOAT.
32 seconds ago, just tweeted, per PFF, Fangio blitzed Justin Herbert 13 times in 42 dropbacks, and Herbert was sacked 3 times in those 13 times, right? Herbert was 7 for 10 for 36 yards on those blitzes. Last December, Boyer blitzed Herbert 29 of his 56 dropbacks, and Herbert was also sacked just 3 times out of 29 of 56 last year. So that tells me everything that I need to know. And by the way, again, I was on the money. If the Dolphins just brought 10% more of a rush yesterday, it would have been a totally different game. So I can be a little upset about Fangio not making necessary adjustments at halftime, But I will also say the Dolphins and Fangio, there's that learning curve. But from an efficiency standpoint, when they blitzed, they were successful as all hell.
But here's
They
why,
just need to
too.
adjust. And
But
how
here's
often
why,
are they
too.
going to face a team like Justin Herbert? How often are they going to face an offense like that? Maybe 2 or 3 more times this year. That's it.
This doesn't necessarily mean that, all right, the formula works, let's just blitz 10 times more. Not at all. When Fangio came to Miami, he was asked about his blitz usage, and he literally said, when I feel the need and when I want to. And he says that almost like stubbornly but confidently, knowing that he does not blitz often. But 3 years ago, in 2020, when he was the head coach and defensive mastermind of the Denver Broncos, he did not blitz often. However, 9th ranked in sacks was the unit. 2nd least passing touchdowns given up from the secondary and team as a whole. So, yes, Stephen, he is massively – he's the Steph Curry of defensive coordinator blitz callers. Everyone else could shoot 10 times more, but they don't hit as many threes as Steph Curry. He's just that good of a shooter. When Vic dials up the blitz, it could be 13 out of 42 times. That's going to be much more of a hit rate than other corners.
All right, let me bring in Chef Zhu real quick, and then I got a question for Nando. Chef, what's up, baby? You in there?
Please tell me y'all can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you. We can't see you, but I can
Please
hear
tell me
you.
y'all can hear me.
Yeah, we can hear you. What's up, baby?
Okay, there we go.
Let's go.
I had to find a good spot in this house. It's got dead spots.
You got that same. You got that same.
They got some
internet
dead
camera.
spots in it.
Don't worry about it.
I know.
Go ahead, Chef Zhu. Go ahead and give me your take on yesterday
Okay.
before the internet messes up on you again.
Okay, yes, that's hopefully it doesn't. No, yesterday's game was cringing, nail biting a lot. Because I was looking at the defense, the way it was, I'm a defensive guy. I was looking at how the defense is played, and I was like, why are we keep getting this Eckler guy keep running all over us? Then you bring Kelly in here. I'm like, God, dog. And then when he went out, when Eckler went out, then Kelly comes in, he takes over from where Eckler was playing. So I'm like, bro, I thought I said we paid Salah this amount of money. We paid what's his name? We paying him his 5th option, Wilkins. I'm like, y'all supposed to be the 2 best, be stopping the run. But then I have to understand we're in the 3-4 formation now. We're not in the 4-3 like we was before. But my big takeaway of the game that I enjoyed so much is Tua never gave up. And I was on Pamela's channel. I was everywhere yesterday. And I kept telling people, I'm like, okay, he threw a pick. I said, y'all don't forget. A lot of times when Tua throws a pick, he comes back on the next drive and he throws a touchdown. And he does that. He does it every single time. And that's what
Consistently throughout his career. He does that, Chef.
Yes, he has done that, and that shows you the fight, the dog that's in him. He's not going to give. Okay, all right, I threw a pick, shrug it off. Let me move on to the next play. That's how he's always been. And another thing, Tyreek and them stayed in the game. They kept fighting, and I love the fact that they kept fighting. They didn't give up, and just towards the end of the game, it was just beautiful that we at least got to Herbert. At the end of the game, they get like 2 straight sacks, I believe. It was just beautiful to see us pick up from where we left off from the playoffs to where we at now. But this time we got Tua under center and taking the reins of being that leader. And I already looked at his numbers and said he's going to have about over 400 yards by the end of this game. And he accomplished that. And he's done well. And I feel like right now is progressing and going in this right direction that's going to get this team to where we need to be at. The offensive line, hands down, did an excellent job. 0 sacks. 0 sacks.
Yep.
That shows us they did a good job with this O-line, and I hope it continues to stay that way. But they have to. But you said something, Stephen, that is so true. Why did he abandon the running game? He's doing the same thing he did last year. He's abandoning the running game towards the end of the game. You can't keep doing that. You putting the game onto his arms and want him to keep throwing the game. He look at them passes he was throwing almost in a triple cut. Thank God those things didn't get picked. And I was watching a triple double. Like, dude, you're forcing passes that you don't need to do. Take your time. When we got to that end zone, I think that's what he threw. I think that's what he threw the pick. You had Wilder open. He had Tyreek open and over there in the corner. Like, bro, what are you doing? You're doing too much. Like, you need to relax, take your time, through your progressions, find your guys. And then when he went, and then I told folks in the channel I was on, Pamela's, I was like,
the internet monster got him.
Let
Go, Chef.
Let me piggyback on that. He was cooking. He was cooking. There he is. Chef
he was cooking.
Continue to cook, Chef.
Okay, my bad. Because I can't be on. I gotta go get my car. It's in the shop. I'm about to go get it. But I'm gonna just finish this one. I feel like we're in the right direction. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys at the game. I'm gonna be I'm telling you, this year I'm gonna be the most rowdiest I've ever been this season. Yesterday just made us really happy. Just be happy you're a Dolphin fan. Yesterday was a good day to be a Dolphin fan.
Enjoy the ride, right, Chef? Enjoy the ride.
That's it. And I'm got a hashtag. We are them. We're that team.
We are them.
That's my trademark. We are them.
Chef, you got me my first $10 donation of the day. He just says, Chef Jew. Thank you, Chef. I appreciate it, baby. You're the best. Just so everybody knows, real quick, Chef Jew, before you go. Chef Jew was literally the first listener of my channel, the very first listener of the channel. And I just want you to know I love you. I appreciate you. You're the man. You were the first watcher of my show, the first person who signed up for being a member of the channel. And I'm pretty sure you probably hit the first like of any show that I ever did. So you are like, you got a special place in my heart, man. And I love you, brother.
And it's all about loyalty. With me, it's always loyalty, Stephen. And I'm just grateful and happy. Have channels on YouTube that I can listen to 24/7. I never get tired of the contents. I'm always enjoying it. I love interacting with everybody. I got to meet you through TD and then went from TD to you. And then you see, I've got to meet Cameron. I met Jason Sarney, but he was in a run, so he had to go somewhere at the tailgate one game. I didn't get the chance to really talk to him and stuff.
Baby, I got you. We're gonna have a drink. We're gonna do some tailgating. I got you. Week 3, baby. 100%.
So I'm just happy, man. I'm just happy we're a big family. I love every single last one of you. Steven, I told Freaky that I would like for us 3 to get together. It's something I would like for us to do, whether next year or in 2 years. That's going to do something great for this channel, and it's going to bring in all fans are welcome and everything. And the vision I got of it, it's going to be beautiful once I present it to you.
Hey man, anything you have a presentation for, I'm on board. And Cameron's always got a special place for you at the tailgate at East 32. I got a special place for you up here. You can go to Nando's channel if you want. He's okay. And then you can. I'm just messing. Go support the homie. Go support the homie. By the way,
Jason, I'm going to. Okay, that's how you spell. Okay, I was spelling it wrong. Now I know how to spell your Dolphins Weekly. Okay, so I'm definitely gonna go over there and make sure I did subscribe and everything. Because
what you can do is real quick is here's the QR code. So
a QR drop. I love the QR code.
There's the QR code for
I got it.
Man. All right. Okay,
I got it.
You be good,
man.
All right,
guys. Love you all. I'll see you later. Fins up.
Fins up, Chef.
I love
Steven, real quick. I
y'all don't know,
Chef
you make the mean cupcake.
He does, man. He makes really good cupcakes.
I like that.
He does.
I like that.
Good cupcakes.
We gotta collab. But I have another minute or two, and then I'm starving talking about food. I gotta eat some lunch. But to piggyback off what Chef Drew said, which is very, very important, we can't abandon the run because Raheem Mostert was 31 yards on 4 carries, 7.8 yards per carry, and a touchdown, and then 1 more yard. We won the game. Tua was a beast. But imagine now getting an opportunity to now we're using the pass to set up the run. So maybe some more halfback draws, have Raheem Mostert take 7 yards, 8 yards up the middle, or a Savon Ahmed, or when A-Chain comes back, or if we ever see Chris Brooks get significant, some significant work, which we did not see him get a carry yesterday. He was special teams work. And Cam Smith did play special teams. He just didn't play defense yesterday. So you can't abandon the run. You got to become two-dimensional is my note on offense. But everything else was phenomenal.
Hey, Jason, to that point, let me ask you this. Don't you think we would have run the ball more if we didn't fumble it on the goal line and throw an interception? I mean, we left 10 points on the field. We would have been up in the first half, and it would have been a different play calling scenario.
It's a great point, but it's like, if we're going benefit of the doubt is always on abandoning the run based on last year. So that's just me matching the track record. I agree with you. So in like a bubble or in a vacuum, that one game, it could have been situational, but even if we maybe gotten a couple of points, we probably still would have been slinging it, and McDaniel probably would have just said, screw it, we got Tua, let's ride, because that's just what he's been doing. So I hope you're right. I want you to be right. I would love to.
Real quick, I just want to ask you guys, y'all saw my favorite Dolphins player of all time score a touchdown last night in the Dallas game?
Noah. Who did you have that on your bingo card that Noah would score before Waddle?
If y'all saw the DMs in the text I got after that happened, it was pretty good, because all of a sudden I'm having a conversation with my wife. We're talking about moving, and then the game's on in the other room, and then I get ding, 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 ding. And I'm like, what is going on? And it's, oh, you see your boy Noah? Oh, Noah scored a touchdown. Oh, your favorite player Noah out here doing big things on Sunday Night Football again. And I'm like, y'all leave me alone. Stop it. Just stop it. Noah Igbenogany. Noah Ig, but nobody. Okay? That's how I feel. Jason, real quick, man, because I know you got to go. Tell the people where they can find you and what you're doing. And just so you know, Cameron, Jason, and Nando, I don't think I'm speaking out of turn. All three of you are going to help fill in the next week while I'm gone moving, right? All three of you are going to help fill in for a little bit here or there this week coming up.
I can come on.
Yes. Look, Cameron's like, maybe, yes, I don't know, yes. Nando, you both are. All three of you. Huh? Tomorrow's my last show for the week, and then I'm going to be making phone calls to all three of you here this afternoon, so just pick up the phone when I call. Jason, final thought of the day.
Final thought of the day.
Promote Dolphins Weekly.
I will definitely do that. Final thought of the day, prior to promotion, shameless plugging, is that we are really looking forward to a good year, knowing that we're getting reserves back. We're getting a Nick Needham back inside a month, maybe. We are getting a Teron Armstead back for games, plural. We will eventually, hopefully, go into the winter, maybe even November, getting Jalen Ramsey back. So as good as we're feeling now, I think there's better feelings ahead. So that's my last take. And as Steven said, please, it's a free subscription to Dolphins Weekly. I love doing this. It's become really my joy. And it's really for community. So if there's anyone out there that has something to promote, something that they want to send down if they're at a game, there's pictures, there's a story, DM me, get in contact with me. It is a community-based, 100% free subscription newsletter. And we're going to do a lot of fun all season and throughout the off season, and just hopefully the rest of the life here. But I'm also on DolphinsWire.com. So thank you, Stephen, for the platform. Always appreciate you guys.
I love you, brother. Be good, man.
Always good,
everybody.
See you, Jason.
Up. Enjoy your lunch.
And Nando, keep on being you. Love you both.
Thanks, Jason. You too, man.
Nando, final thought of the day, and promote Nando Talk. And by the way, side note, your social media is killing the game right now. You're doing absolutely amazing on your social media. I'm very proud of you, man. Just keep doing your thing. By the way, Trucker Sean with the $20 donation.
Thank you, Trucker Sean.
Shout out to you. Thank you for stepping in for the shows.
Trucker Sean.
Go ahead, Nando.
Trucker Sean. No, it's always a pleasure to talk Dolphins with you guys, Cam, Steven, obviously Mr. Jason. Hope he's enjoying his lunch, and everyone in the chat. It's a victory Monday. Like, I'm excited. The best part about football season is I get to enjoy ball, obviously, but winning a game puts my mood for the rest of the week. I'll wake up for any 7 a.m. class. I don't care, man. I'll do anything right now. It's a glorious time. And like Jason was saying, we're only going to get better. We're going to get Needham back. We're going to get Ramsey. It's an awesome feeling that this team is good now, and it'll be even better as the season goes on. Whereas in the past, it's felt like, oh boy, we're going to keep going down this like little negative spiral. No, it's only an upward trajectory, guys. And we're going to carry that Lombardi at the end of the trophy, start saving up for your Vegas trips. And I'll see you guys soon, man. I'm excited.
I'm already splitting a room with Big E. So
boom. Bro, I think I'm getting like
I might get with Big E for Vegas.
I might get a little Airbnb with my boys and just cramming as much as we can.
But remember, I don't gamble, and I haven't gambled in 6 years, so I need y'all to like be with me the whole week and be like my accountability partners.
We'll hold you down, Mr. Steven.
Like I need you to like when I try to run for the tables, you gotta hold me. You'd be like, no, Steven, don't do it. Okay.
Got you, Mr. Steven. You guys take care, man.
You're
If you guys
the
want to
man,
check
man,
me
bro. I
out
love
on
you,
Nando
brother.
Talk, we're up to 11-15 subscribers. So there we go, baby. Thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you guys. And Steven, just call me later, man.
I will. I'll call you later.
See
I
you,
appreciate
Nando.
it, brother. Be good.
See you,
All right.
Cam.
Big Nick, what do you want? I gotta go, Big Nick. I gotta go.
Hey, look, man, I don't mean no harm, man. First of all,
you, Big Nick, you came all late to the party, Big Nick, on Victory Monday. And then you're like, I just got one question. But you know I love you, so you know I'll let you do it. Go ahead. Go ahead,
Wait.
Big Nick.
I'm 53 years old, raising a 3-year-old son by myself, so some things got to take priority. You know what I'm saying?
Don't play the single father raising.
No, I got one question. Have you mofos took the time out to apologize to the best general manager in freaking football? Have you done that?
Baby?
Have you apologized to him?
Well, I don't have to apologize because I love Chris
Austin
Greer.
Jackson and Liam Eichenberg. Yes, you do, Steven.
I don't need to apologize. I just said I didn't. I just said I didn't want to be lied to, and apparently I wasn't lied to.
Oh, okay.
They were telling the truth. Now McDaniel lied to me. McDaniel said he wasn't going to abandon the run this year, and after a quarter and a half, he said, "F it, I'm done. I'm going to the passing game."
Hey, he didn't lie to you. He didn't lie to you. He found out they put J.C. Jackson 101 on Tyreek Hill all game. What you want him to do?
Okay. Well, I mean, look, we won. I can't get mad. I'm just saying he said he wasn't going to abandon the run, and after a quarter, he was like, "Screw it, I'm out." You know.
Hey man, I love you guys. Fans up. Let's go 2-0, 3-0. Matter of fact, because we got that trash in 2 weeks.
It's 2-0. We're gonna go
2-0. 2-0. All right, love you guys. Be safe.
Love
Fans
you,
up.
man. Be
Take
good.
care, Nick.
Your final thought of the day, Mr. Cameron 954.
I have two final thoughts of the day, bro. Let's enjoy this win for what it was. It was an exhibition of offensive prowess. Tua played about as well as we could expect him to play. Our expectation of the defense should be to play better against Whack Jones next week. But this team gave us a lot to be excited about, and that's all we can ask for. And we pulled out a win on the road, which in the NFL is really difficult to come by, especially a high-quality opponent like the Chargers. So we have a lot to be happy about, excited about as we go into Sunday Night Football next weekend. But my real final thought.
Who are you rooting for tonight?
I'm rooting for both defensive ends on each team to take out the knees of both quarterbacks.
Tell me how you really feel.
That's who I'm rooting for. I want to see at least one of the quarterbacks. I want to see at least one of the quarterbacks. It doesn't matter which one.
Calais Campbell's not playing. All right, so we don't.
No, but our boy from the Canes
know what I'm talking about. Calais Campbell.
We got a Kane on the Buffalo Bills starting right end.
Oh, if he's a real South Floridian,
he's a Dolphins fan. You know it.
He knows.
He knows the assignment. He knows the assignment.
Okay, I'm just saying. All right, Cameron.
But my final thought, right, is that if you haven't done so already, take a moment to reflect where you were 22 years ago, September 11th.
Yep.
And just be thankful for the sacrifices that were made on that day from all the service people, the folks that were in those towers, and how we came together as a country. And let's try to think about how we can, honor that by living our day in a respectful manner each day. with our fellow Americans, because there's a lot more to this existence that we have on this planet than football and politics and religion and all that good stuff. Just take care of ourselves and each other and be kind. And then that's what our message always is, right, Stephen?
Yeah, I mean, let's have like a 15 second silence for everybody who lost their lives this day 22 years ago.
Yeah, man.
All right. Yeah, man. Look, I actually, was I was gonna do something big at the end. I'm glad that you kind of segue into it. I am a military brat. My dad was stationed in Norfolk at the time. I remember 9/11 very vividly. A lot of my family is from New York. And we had family friends, none that I knew that well, but my parents and my side of the family that lives up there knew pretty well that were in the buildings there on 9/11. A couple of them passed away. So, yeah, I mean, it always hits home to me on 9/11. It's always a very interesting time of year for me because it just makes me, think back to everything that is important. And, yesterday, and I know this doesn't sound like it means much, but to me it does. I do this channel because of the people I've gotten to meet and through these relationships I've gotten to have. The last 4 people that were up here, minus Big Nick, although I love Big Nick. You're the man. You're getting there, Big Nick. Let me just throw that out there. Nando, Jason, and Cameron. And 2 people that didn't show up today, although they were invited, Jamie Bahamas and Solo D. And obviously Chef Zhu as well. I've gotten to meet some amazing people through this podcast. And they are my family. I am closer to them than some of my own family, than most of my own real blood family. So Dolphins have become essentially my family. And it's been... I'm able to talk every morning about the greatest football team because of the sacrifices that were made on 9/11 and people after 9/11 that defended our country and, all the men and women that served our country. And forget the politics of it for a minute. There's a lot to, you never know what tomorrow is going to bring you. At 6 o'clock in the morning on September 11, 2001, nobody knew what was going to happen. And by 9 o'clock, over 3,000. I mean, everybody, the entire country changed in a span of 2 hours from 6 a.m. to 9 or 3 hours later, right? It was like 8:42 was the time the final tower came down. So, or somewhere in that range, if I'm correct. So, like 3 hours later. And there's a really interesting story. And I still remember it to this day just vividly, is the Jets played Monday Night Football that night before. And there was a person who worked in the North Tower or South Tower, one of the two, and ended up going to work late and wasn't in the building, when the plane hit, and would have been had Monday Night Football not played, had the Jets not played on Monday Night Football that night. So, sports is a very interesting thing, and it changes the world, and it has the effect and the ability to make us, I remember the Yankees in the World Series that year and how it brought people together. I remember, just a lot of the amazing people in sport. Sports brings people together, and that's what I love about this show. It brings people together from all around the world, from all around the country. There are people in New Zealand that watch me. There's people in Germany that watch me. There's people in Mexico that watch me. And then there's people that are in New York, Philadelphia, North Carolina, Ohio, Chicago, Indianapolis. I mean, it's it's really interesting stuff. And everybody that's in the chat, I love y'all. Y'all are the best fans in the world. And 9/11 changed our lives, and I hope that we remember that so we don't have to have that sacrifice happen again one day. So,
well, I mean, it's 22 years later, and Nando was just up here, and I doubt he remembers it, right? Because that's how young he is, and so it's our job, I think, is for folks who live through it, and remember that day to ensure that those that lost their lives are never forgotten, and what exactly happened that day. And it's our jobs to make sure that day is never forgotten. And I'll leave on this. If you don't have, if you got an hour, 60 Minutes last night aired the first, I think, episode about the whole hours about the fire department and the response and sacrifices they made, the New York Fire Department that tragic day, and it's just a chilling, gripping hour that everyone should go watch.
Ladder 56.
Everyone should go watch it. So I'll leave you on that. I'll talk to you later, Steven. Good to have me on. Good to be. Thank you for having me on for a little bit here. And
I miss you, buddy.
Just like Jason, I got to go eat something and go pick up my daughter.
All right, man. Be good.
Bye.
All right. Miami Sports Music's #1 Miami fan morning show, Clock Blockers, right here on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. Hey, I would love for you guys to hit the like button if you haven't done so already. Donate to the channel if you're able to. Really need your donations over the next couple of weeks. They are definitely going to help get through this next couple of weeks that I need to get through. A lot of stuff that's going on. And so, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to play the Tua song, how I used to end shows. We got $37 in donations today. Let's see if we can get to 60. We can get to $60 in donations. Let's go. I'm going to try to do it the old school, the way I used to do it. So let's see if we can get at least $60 in donations and the show today. And let's enjoy some Tua song. I love you guys. You guys are the best fans in the world. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Tomorrow's my last day for the show for the week. But I'll have everybody doing something every other day. So you're not going to be without somebody. I love you. Be good, man.
Ka whakaro ake hate aha E kore noa e tahi e rereke Kia muki o pai tawhiti Aha ko te kokei He mana nui tō te aki Hei aha te whakaiti Tiro ki tua tuara e Whakaro no ki na wai o roto e Kei wehi te wehe na i tō awa Tiro ki tua, tiro ki tua, tua E koro koro tui roto pā koro e Kia mai au e kore rere I mohi o e nui no atura Tōku ora nai na te hira ira He ora nā nā kau kei tuara Kei tuara Tiro ki tua tuara e Whakarongo ki na wai o roto e Ke wehi te wehe nā i tō awa I tō awa, I tō awa
Donate, guys. Donate to the channel.
Ako te kokei He mana nui tō te aki Hei aha te whakariti Titiro ki tā Yeah, yeah Ki tua Titiro ki tua
I know the whole city riding. A little early, it's a bit surprising.
Hit the like button, donate to the channel, help the channel grow. We can't grow without your help. If you're able to donate, even if it's $1, it helps. If you like today's show, share the link, let people know we were here. We'll see you tomorrow on Hot Take Tuesday. Peace.
My intuition told me this. To trust the coach, he holds the gift. He knowing when to go with fits, so we knowing when to switch. This year we got the golden pick. Time to see what that pick about. Bad vibes get sent out. Only fans up in this house. We been waiting, yeah, we been patient. Now it's time to cash out, no discount. Super Bowl, yeah, we en route. I don't know when, but it's close. I don't want to overhype, but I just know I like it. So excited, you gon' notice now. You should notarize it. They say 2 up from that rock. Shout out to some more, and now it's time to lay the smack down. You think he Dwayne Johnson? Time to be the people's champ.